Oh, wow. This place is fancy. It's like my LDS1 turned into a restaurant. I must say, you are an absolute laser vision in that dress tonight. Oh, hold on. Allow me to light that cigarette. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so silly. This is a remote control. I take this as a sign. What do you say we head back to my place after dinner, test out my auto flip, Come on. You're going to love this. Come to Butthead. What? Where you going, baby? You're going to miss the podcast. Probably into CEDs anyways. What's up, everybody? We're getting romantic on this LaserDisc Wolfpack THX CAV special limited edition podcast. I am one of your hosts, Sam Culture Dog Hatch, and yes, we're a little early for Valentine's Day, but hey, we're still going to keep it romantic and possibly keep it thrilling. We'll see. I'm going to pass it along to the man who's standing outside your house right now, pining away for your love, holding up a boombox that's blasting an ad for Spatula City. Ryan Cushing.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction. Tonight's podcast sponsored by Founder's Dirty Bastard Scotch Ale.
That's a good one.
And I'll pass it off to Luke.
Hello. I'm so glad to be here again. I have nothing quirky to say. Let's just talk about LaserDisc. Come on, man. Let's go. Nothing better than three dudes talking about romance. Here we go.
We're going to break that right there.
Oh, we're shaking it up.
Oh, man.
Coming in here. I am sponsored by Kylo Ren has the night off, so I'm sponsored by Dunkin' Donuts tumbler with a Little America's Got Talent logo on there too. So
very nice.
There's Max.
Oh,
waiting for audio. There we go.
Yes, I did it.
You're live.
Welcome.
Maxeene, the Laser's Queen, here in the Laser Lair.
Very fancy.
Excellent.
Got to mix it up.
New location, special for the February time frame here.
I like it. I'm still in my same room that I'm always in, but so we're gonna do some top fives, and this is the episode you've all been clamoring for. It's the pre-Valentine's Day special. We're gonna get romantic, but just in case Ryan didn't have enough romance in his collection, we decided to mix it up, and it's the top 5 romance and or thrillers. So
well, there's a lot of like instant romance when you're talking about thrillers. It just might not last.
True. Exactly. Yeah. How much of the film running time is dedicated to romance versus the thrills? So.
Well, I mean, there might be some extended romance scenes.
Good point. Yeah. It was a tough one for me. I actually had to cut a lot of stuff, and yeah, it's just so much romance that I didn't even think about. And so I even tried to cut out stuff that it really, the relationships weren't that much of the running time of the film. Like Ryan was talking about. Like, yeah, Casablanca's romantic, but it's also about patriotism and I don't know, ideals and boring stuff like that. So
and I'm waiting for practical magic.
Please.
My wife officially pointed out that I should be talking about practical magic. So that's her choice. Absentee vote. All right. So let me rock my 5. Let's do it. Number 5, this one's going out to our buddy Seth because he's not German, but I know he's talked about this title before. But it is Der Himmel über Berlin, also known as Wings of Desire. And it is a film that you may know in America as City of Angels because it got remade with Nicolas Cage. This is the original, though. And again, this is more just about romance, but it's got this angel who's fallen in love with a not a ballerina, but a trapeze artist and circus performer, yeah. And decides that maybe he should clip his wings and fall to earth and experience everything that's going on. And then Peter Falk of all people shows up as well, and some interesting material. And it's got this romantic pseudo date at a Nick Cave concert, which is pretty much the coolest thing ever. So there you go. And it's from the Cinema Disc collection, so it's like all of the prestige of the Criterion collection, but none of the quality. So you get the same like image, crappy artwork, and no letterboxing. Yeah.
I've thought about going after Cinema Disc, and I'm like, no, I think I'm good.
The exact VHS like artwork, basically. Yeah, but still.
The cool thing is they're at least like really easy to find, and like they're not highly expensive ever.
There's a
Good
lot.
point.
Of them. There's more than you think.
Yeah.
And number 4, we're going with, and I didn't bring out the Criterion. I'm going with the Columbia. Bram Stoker's Dracula, aka Francis Ford Coppola's Bram Stoker's Dracula, aka Sam Hatch's Francis Ford Coppola's Bram Stoker's Dracula. It is many things, but it is at heart a smoking hot romance of this guy who's so distraught over the death of his beloved fiance that he decides to come back from the dead so he can steal someone else's fiance, and also kind of casually suck the blood of some other people in town. It's Gary Oldman just dripping in romance in this thing. And I know a lot of people hate on it because of Keanu Reeves's acting and just general goofiness, but I absolutely adore Dracula. So it's romantic, even if you don't believe it. All right, here's the part where I'm going to lose Luke.
Okay, here we go.
Fucking legend, man.
No, garbage.
Luke even sent me this disc.
Yeah, get that away from me.
Absolutely love this film. Ridley Scott's film. Sadly, on LaserDisc, there's no letterbox copy, but it is just full of young love and romance. And in the longer Japanese cut, you get to hang out with Tom Cruise's Jack of the Green as he's falling for this princess, Princess Lily. But it isn't all saccharine, because most of the film is also dealing with the darker side of humanity, incarnate there with Tim Curry playing the devil, essentially. So there is a lot more in this cut of darkness in Mia Sara's character. And that's one of my ultimates. Yeah.
Hoping I never see that again, Sam. You promised me.
Hey, I wasn't the one that said, hey, Luke, come on the romance episode. I had already picked my top 5. Ryan booked you.
All good.
In fact, he picked his top 5 and he's like, I'm picking Legend, so don't invite Luke.
Yup. And then Ryan's like, too bad. All right, I'm going to lose everybody now. Number 2. Fucking Titanic. Deal with it. Romeo and Juliet on a boat. I'm a bit of a history buff, so I always enjoyed this movie from multiple angles, not just the romance, which is delightful. And one of my favorite bands, Gaelic Storm, is in a good scene too, and in the steerage section. And I saw this thing 10 times in the theaters, and I'm unapologetic about it. I was a 14-year-old girl, even in my 20s. What can I say? I've seen it countless times. I don't have the DTS copy, sadly, but I am. We keep losing Max. She's upset about my Titanic choice.
Yeah.
I am forever in love with Titanic. Number 1, the most romantic goddamn movie of all time. Michael Mann's The Last of the Mohicans. This thing is just total romance. It's Daniel Day-Lewis running nonstop. If you've ever seen the fantastic Mohican Master 5000 Ben Stiller skit, I recommend checking that out. And along the way, he encounters Madeline Stowe's character. And so there's a love triangle between him and Madeline Stowe's character and the Englishman who's been trying to get her affections, and it's not really working out well. And then her sister also gets involved with one of the other Mohicans, and it is got lots of historical action and cannonballs ripping through forts and things like that. But at the heart of this thing, it is got some smoking hot romance going on here. People say Michael Mann is as kind of like intense director that focuses on details and stuff like that, but his films are loaded with passion, man. Like every single one of his films usually has a hot ass steamy romantic makeout scene at least. So this one kicks my ass, and one of the most like romantic amazing scores of all time. So my list is not going to get me too many kudos so from the guys in the comments already. I'm sure they're like, what the hell's wrong with you? But I'm going to pass it on to Ryan.
Podcast.
I know. Yeah. I forgot to mention too, we got shit the last time because we didn't choose enough gangster movies that were black and white. And like,
I chose Scarface,
yeah,
the OG one.
And I got to say that the whole top 5 here is not just like movies I've seen in my lifetime. It's whatever happens to be on my LaserDisc shelf behind me. So I might not have the most like complete collection, including, yeah. So you get what you get. What do you got, Ryan?
So I did not choose any black and white films again, because if you know my collection, there aren't any. I mean,
I almost had Casablanca on my list, but yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen that. So
what? You never saw Casablanca? What?
Why would I?
What?
It's awesome. You might even like it.
All right, so here we go. So we'll start it off with a little bit of mad love here. So we've got Chris O'Donnell and Drew Barrymore, and they're teenagers in high school, and Drew Barrymore's a little crazy, and they decide to escape together because he's in mad love. And before you know it, you realize that she's more than just a little crazy, and she might be a little bipolar, doesn't really go into details, but yeah, she kind of spirals out of control. She gets off her medication, and it just keeps going. They steal some cars.
Sounds like Betty Blue.
Yeah, so it hits a point where Chris O'Donnell realizes that he can't be in love with her anymore if he really loves her, and so they send her to her parents, and she goes to the hospital. So
spoiler alert.
Oh,
but there's a lot of mad love in there, so that's my number 5.
You said the name of the movie.
Yeah, I like it.
Moving on, I've got Doppelganger with Drew Barrymore.
Wait, you're just doing all Drew movies?
I hope so.
Whoa,
Please.
whoa!
Yeah.
Why would you say that? So, anyways, Drew Barrymore, she
wait for
falls in
Poison
love
Ivy.
with this guy, and she's got like a doppelganger that's evil, and she's got a guy who loves her that's killing people, and her doppelganger's evil, and it plays out like a thriller, and then all of a sudden there's this horror scene, and I don't want to spoil the horror scene because I was like, what the hell just happened? And then it kind of ends, but like, you know, I don't want to spoil the ending, but there's some love at the end still. So yeah,
Damn.
highly recommended.
Tell me about Video Droid.
Yeah, so it's it's an X rental from Video Droid, and it says mystery. I don't think it was a mystery. There was definitely thriller, romance, and horror, not mystery.
Where was Video Droid? What state was it in? I want to know more about Video Droid.
Yeah, exactly.
Here we go. Cotati, California.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So
Right.
if I said that wrong, it's up by the Laser Turtle. You know?
Yeah, by Carson City.
Yeah, up by
Nice.
Carson City.
When you're on break from school, yeah, you
But
can.
there's no stickers on the disc, so I was surprised just on the jacket.
Do you guys leave stickers on or you take them off? What's your stance on that?
I take photos of them, then I take them off.
Oh,
I leave them on unless like they're coming off or something.
Yeah.
But
I leave
like,
them on. Yeah.
yeah, I figure it's history at that point. Like it's part of the.
I hate history. I destroy it.
You just said you liked history.
I know. I'm just trying to be a
I
controversial.
have a
douche.
I have a scrapbook of all the stickers.
Oh, okay.
I keep
Yeah, I keep if it's something I can keep, I'll actually put it aside or stick it in the jacket.
I figure I leave it on the disc, so next time I get to look up Cotina or whatever it was, California.
You'd be like Video Droid.
All right, so moving on, I've got number 3 here with Never Been Kissed and Drew Barrymore.
Wait a minute. There's
So,
a theme going on.
Drew Barrymore is this kind of loser writer. She's never been kissed, and she goes back to high school. And her brother, who's older than her, also goes back to high school, David Arquette.
This doesn't sound romantic yet.
And she falls in love with her teacher, but
there we go.
she's old enough to fall in love with her teacher, but she's not because she's supposed to be a high schooler. And there's that weird, like, hey, they're in high school, and David Arquette's like, man, I'm killing it in high school again. And it's
Like
a little,
peak in high school.
little creepy when you think about it that way. But because he was dating like a 16-year-old and he was supposed to be in his 20s. But it finishes on a high note. And, you know, she may or may not get kissed by the end of it. So that's
We'll never know.
Moving on, I got number 2 here, Gun Crazy with Drew Barrymore. And basically, she's a kind of abused teenager whose mom...
This doesn't look romantic at all.
Has just hang on. Whose mom is like gone out of the picture, and she's living with her mom's boyfriend, who she's also sleeping with.
Whoa.
Okay.
And she's a teenager, but that's not the romance. So she's in high school and has this assignment to find a pen pal, and instead of writing like a foreign pen pal, she starts writing a prisoner who gets released for good behavior, and they meet and they fall in love and get married and go on a killing spree.
Whoa.
So but they love each other, so
Okay.
that's all that really matters.
So that's directed by Tamara Davis.
I know.
Her first movie, right? Who did Half Baked and did other decent movies.
Yeah.
So
check it
yeah,
out.
it's pretty good. Yeah, and there is a U.S. copy on the official Broterian label, Image Entertainment, so you don't have to track down the Hong Kong one.
Okay.
And then number 1, I've got The Wedding Singer with Drew Barrymore and the Sandman.
Excellent.
And this is just a classic. It's, you know, it's got a wedding band, it's got cameos, it's Sandler being funny, but not like over the top. You've got Billy Idol, you've got America's sweetheart, Drew Barrymore, you know, you've got everything. So, and it happens to have a DTS soundtrack, which surprisingly kicks when, you know, the music notes are in, and it's a good story, and you know, it comes together well, and it doesn't seem like it ever drags. So I gotta say, this is probably the most romantic of them all, and it's probably because I understand it.
It would have been on my list, but I have it on DVD snapper case because Walmart had it in 1997 or whatever. So
we'll probably end up doing the top 5 snapper cases of Sam's collection at some point.
Someday we'll do that. Yeah.
So what do you got, Luke?
Oh, it's me. All right. Let's see here. First off, I'm surprised none of you have done this. Maybe Max is planning on it, but come on, man. Princess Bride, dude. You got action.
But I don't have the good one. That's the only reason I didn't like it.
You got fighting, fencing, other things Peter Falk says in the movie. It's just and it's a great love story. What can I say about Princess Bride? Come on.
And Under the Giant.
And yes, you have, this is the best, I would say the best wrestler in a movie. You know, I'm sure Ryan will say something different, but Andre the Giant was amazing in this one.
Oh yeah, he's top notch.
And it was so weird because as a kid, Andre the Giant was the bad guy, you know?
Yeah.
And I didn't comprehend him being a good guy in this movie. I'm like, whoa, what's going on?
Yeah, how's that possible?
Yeah. Let's see, which one do I want to do next? Okay, this one kind of a stretch, but I had a hard time picking romantic movies. I mean, I just don't have the disc. So so this next one I got a Misery, Japanese Misery. She's kind of in love with him, right? You know? Yeah. I didn't watch this one until a few years ago, and I was surprised at how good it was. I'm not a huge Stephen King fan, but this is great. I love the story of who's the sheriff. Is it played by Sam? Help me out.
I always flake out on who the sheriff is in that.
The guy
I can picture his face.
Anyway, he's the classic character where he comes in, he's going to save the day, and then he dies and stuff.
Yeah, he gets
classic Stephen King.
knocked out.
This I love this one, and this is a nice Japanese rental. It's great. Oh,
rental.
Our Japanese disc, not rental. I'm sorry. I'll go ahead and say this one since Sam beat me to the punch. This is, of course, Der Himmel und Berlin. This is a Japanese release of Wings of Desire.
Dude, what are the odds that this was going to show up twice on a top 5? That's pretty good.
This movie is amazing. It's black and white, right? Mostly, no, it goes black and white in color.
In color when he ends up becoming human. Yeah.
Right. it is a beautiful movie, like just beautifully shot movie. The opening scenes of him as an angel, just going around listening to people's troubles and just kind of, and they go to the library, right? The Berlin Library. It's beautiful. Like it's great. One story I have about this movie, I tried to recommend it to somebody at work, and it's a younger guy. He's getting into movies, and he's like, "There's no conflict in this movie. Like, this is stupid. There's plenty of conflict in this movie. He's conflicted against himself. Like, go to become a human." I talked about another vendor's movie, Paris, Texas, on another podcast. He's great. Come on, man, it's a great movie. All right, a little bit more modern. I love this movie so much. I watch it, a lot, but it's just Jackie Brown. Great love story between Pam Grier and Robert Forster in this one.
Definitely.
It's great, and it's like an older love too. It's a mature love, and they don't really talk about it until the very end where they kiss, and it's just great. This, it's probably my favorite Quentin Tarantino movie, but it's really, it's based off of Elmore Leonard's Rum Punch, which I tried to read once. And it's exactly the movie. Like Quentin Tarantino stole everything from it. Like even there's one scene where he says like, "Oh, I've got it right here in my Raptor bag," and that's straight from the book. I'm just like, oh my goodness. But he changed the characters to from Florida to LA and whatever. I love this movie, and this release is great too.
That Obi strip, sweet. Yeah,
it's got a interview at the very end that's not really on here that I was surprised to see on, I think, side 4. But yeah, it's great. Jackie Brown.
And that cover is by far the best cover, like 100%.
Yeah. This is a great Christmas movie. It came out Christmas Day.
Yeah.
And it was one I went to. I'm like, wow, that's a great fucking movie.
I froze my ass off to go see that in the theaters. Yep.
And then Chris Tucker is in there for like a second, which is great. And then, and then Tiny is in there for a second.
Yep.
Let's see. All right, my last one, which is kind of a stretch, but I will stand by it. Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
It's about a man who loves his bike.
Man who loves his bike. Yes.
He's a loner rebel.
That's fantastic.
I'm a bike rider. I rode my bike to work today, and I'm also a avid road biker. I got the road bike out. We go, I've gone 100 miles before. I love my bicycle, and I totally get how much he loves his bicycle. So yes, I will always try to throw up Pee-wee's Big Adventure. It's
hell yeah. I love that Dottie's always trying to actually get romantic with him, and he's not having it.
Yeah. All right, that's it. Max, what do you got?
Okay, hopefully my internet will work. I've had crap out a bunch of times, like while you guys were going. I'm like,
crossing our fingers. Yep, you can do it.
I'm watching all of this back so I can see what you actually had as your top 5s.
Don't worry, if you cut out again, we're just gonna pick the rest of the top 5 for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's in your best interest not to cut out.
All right. All right. Well, here we go. This 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, I have 5 here. My Chauffeur with Deborah Foreman.
That's a classic. I haven't seen that in a while.
I already have chosen Valley Girl for other things. Otherwise, it would be on this list, hands down. But this one is really cool. She's still blonde era of Deborah Foreman because she does. She's an April Fool's Day and other things, and she has, not blonde hair. And I like her as the most Julie from Valley Girl as possible. And she's fabulous in this. She's very quirky. It's very cute. There's this weird thing where the guy that's in this is the love interest guy, but they think that there's a chance that they're related, and they're like,
oh yeah,
there's this weird thing, but they're not related at all. But she's a chauffeur, and it's just very cute, and it's a really good Deborah Foreman movie, and I feel like that one does not get loved that often, so had to pick that one. One Fine Day.
Ooh.
This is one that my parents are obsessed with this movie. I can't even tell you how many times I've watched this growing up. Just flustered Michelle Pfeiffer and just a weird era George Clooney, romantic comedy George Clooney. But it's just, it's great. just their whole like 90s with the cell phones, and they're just running around trying to like, but they have to have the kids at work, and they're just trying to do their jobs, and like they just basically like keep swapping who's taking care of the kids because each of them have meetings, and it's very like hectic and crazy. And then there's just this nice moment where they get like alone time, and like she actually like gets a chance to like feel feminine and like feel romantic, and then he falls asleep on the couch and like but like the scene that totally I think about whenever I see like a kitten, I think of this movie, because there's like kittens in this movie, and the little girl's like she gets like crawls underneath this very small like desk area to like play with kittens. And then I also think of the Wizard of Oz about this movie, because they watch Wizard of Oz on VHS tape, like in a bedroom, like, you want to watch Wizard of Oz? And I just remember that like always being something like parents would say to me, like, or like friends whenever they're trying to like get rid of you. So love that one. Okay.
First appearance.
Sleepless in Seattle. I mean, I watch this at Christmas a lot, but this is just like such a true, like most of the Tom Hanks, Meg Ryan films that I think of holidays with all of them, because these kind of go through a lot of holidays. But the Empire State Building with the heart, and they're just like there together, like it's just, I mean, this is just such a classic. And I feel like this is another one of those ones that if you don't have a copy of this, like you were going out of your way to not have a copy of this.
Yeah, I've had so many of those.
Yeah. But it's, I mean, it's widescreen.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's a great movie.
There's some routers, but
yeah, that's true. I have not run into any personally, but
mine are all pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah. This is just like one where my only ever complaint about this movie is there's not enough actual time of Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan together.
Yeah.
They finally get together at the end, but it is like such a great moment when they finally like are in the same place at the same time. It's fabulous. But like, again, I've used You've Got Mail once before, so this is getting my
all right,
Meg Ryan Tom Hanks fix.
We might hear more about that later.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, little late release flex here.
Oh, okay.
Runaway Bride.
Haven't seen it.
This is great. I have watched this loads and loads of times, and she's kind of just like doesn't really know who she is, and she's just not really willing to like explain that or accept that or really like admit to that. And so she keeps kind of getting into these relationships and like doesn't like, she just kind of like chameleons to the relationship, and then like when it's times to go down the aisle, you know, she like bolts because it's like not the right thing. So Richard Gere here, he's gonna do like a story on her because she's with this current guy who she's going to get married to, supposedly. And basically he ends up like falling for her. And of course she runs from that wedding with the guy that he's coming to interview her about. But then they end up together. And of course she runs from that wedding. So yeah, but she ends up finding herself. And like the main thing that I thought was really like cute was just her trying to figure out what type of eggs she likes, because in each relationship she liked eggs a different way because it was the way that the guy liked eggs. So she tastes all the different eggs and finally like figures out what she likes and like who she is, and then comes to him in the romantic, I choose you, and basically then they actually do get married. So
spoiler alert.
It's really cute though.
All right.
But it's overall really good movie, and it is a late release, but I feel like this is one that's not too hard to come by.
Not yet. We're gonna blow this thing up soon.
Yeah, it's totally a favorite. So, but this is my absolute top When Harry Met Sally.
That was almost on my 5 too.
This I can watch this a million times. I love every joke of freaking Billy Crystal, Pepper on my pappy gosh, like just like all of these silly voices that he does, and just the fact that it spans so much time, and then they're just like, I mean, they're so good together. And so many iconic scenes in When Harry Met Sally. Yeah. But also there's a little Maxeene. My name is in there. So
okay. How about that soundtrack too? Harry Connick, baby.
Gosh, I love it. I love it. It's a great. And then freaking the Oklahoma moment when like Billy. I mean, there's so many. Again, there's a lot of Christmas moments and a lot of holidays, and like New Year's is in here, but just like, and I mean, it's Rob Reiner, and you just like, how can you go wrong with that? But again, totally like, if you do not have a copy of this, it doesn't have to be the widescreen though. The pan and scan is much more common, but the widescreen I have had more issue with than the pan and scan personally. So, but yeah, there's lots of pan
I think mine's good. I'll check.
Yeah. But it's
paranoid.
definitely, I love that movie so much. And I feel like that one kind of gets snubbed a lot because it's kind of a common, but it's a freaking great movie. And the little interviews of like real live couples in between kind of like scattered in, like I love that.
Yeah, it's got like a THX approved transfer on the reissue. Get it.
It's a good one. So yeah, I went all romance. I figured I had to rep all romance because I thought you guys might go a little more thriller vibes. So
no, respect. Someone had to do it. I decided to not go thriller myself, so I got your back.
The movies that Maxeene had.
And there's like shout out to Four Weddings and a Funeral. I don't know how that didn't make it on my list either. I used to.
Gosh,
that was like my go-to, like romance LD back in the day.
I didn't think about that one. Wow.
Yeah, I know. We could do another one.
I know.
We're gonna get it romantic.
3 romance movies in my collection.
You can do it, Ryan.
Bro, man.
All right. Let's do a wolf pick. Let's throw down, everybody. If you're ready, if you can power through this.
Ready.
All right. Max is already primed and ready for this. We're doing a Nora Ephron head-to-head. Tom Hanks, Meg Ryan, Sleepless in Seattle versus You've Got Mail.
Oh, this is so hard. Oh my God. I can't even choose.
What do you got, Ryan?
Well, I've seen You've Got Mail.
that's a good enough reason.
I have not seen Sleepless in Seattle. Plus, You've Got Mail is a late release.
Okay.
So,
all right.
We're just gonna go right there. We're gonna call it.
All right.
Luke.
They don't have to be good reasons. They just have to be reasons.
Okay, I've got a reason. I've thought of one. You've Got Mail has Dave Chappelle as the friend, right?
Oh,
so I'm going You've Got Mail.
All right. Now's the time, Max.
This
Here we
is
go.
really
The
tough.
moment of
This
truth.
is very, very tough.
Yep.
Because Sleepless in Seattle has one of my most favorite moments of Christmas time. When I think of Christmas time, I'm sitting in the car, I'm listening to the Christmas radio, and I think of horses, 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 horses. And I always think of that every year. But I also think of every fall freshly sharpened bouquet of pencils. So that is extremely difficult. But I think I will go with You've Got Mail solely because there is more time where they have interaction.
Okay. Yep.
Love that.
All right. And I'm going Sleepless in Seattle because there's a Muse release.
That's true.
And I think I do like that one better. Don't tell anybody.
I love that one. It's great. It was really hard choice.
And so get ready. I'm going to post the poll now over on LDF so you can vote. The last one was Carlito's Way versus Scarface, and Scarface handily trounced Carlito's Way. Sorry, but thanks for participating. All right. We get that out of the way. Let's do some recent pickups.
Okay.
All right. This should be pretty short. I didn't get too many discs because a lot of them are still in the mail right now. But the first one I got because, just doing prep for romantic things and realized I didn't own this on LD. David Lynch's Wild at Heart. And the reason I didn't own this on LD is because this looks as pan and scanny as can be. There's like nothing widescreen looking about this until people keep telling me, oh yeah, it's actually 2.35:1 letterboxed transfer. So, this thing looks just like the back of a VHS tape, which is what I used to watch all the time. But this I might have watched this at least 2-3 times already. So we're going to talk about that later.
Would you say it's a stealth widescreen?
It is. This is as stealthy as it gets because this does not look like a widescreen release, but it is in 2.35:1. So, and I thought it looked pretty decent on the Sony because this thing is a film that's just all earth tones and fire. I mean, the whole opening credits is just all flames, and I used to watch this on VHS all the time, and it would just look like chroma noise hell on a VHS tape on my CRT. And I actually watched this on the projector. I was like, Jesus, that's not bad. There was only, I think, one scene. There's like every time they get it on, like the screen just like kind of gets flooded with a certain color, and so some of that stuff was a little noisy, but I was actually surprised. So what a hard. Then I got a release that I've been trying to go through and get all the stuff from Hong Kong that I used to buy bootlegs of back in the day, because there was a guy in San Diego who used to buy LaserDiscs and then dub them onto VHS and then sell them. And then cheap asses like me that couldn't afford these discs for like $100 a pop would, buy them from him. But Butterfly and Sword was one of my favorites from way back when. So we might be hearing a little bit more about this as well. Really good stuff with Donnie Yen and Tony Leung and who else is in here? Michelle Yeoh's in there as well. So yeah, I just remember the guy that I think Video Madman was the name of his bootleg company. His write-up was this movie's so over the top with visuals that it would have Sam Raimi reaching for the Dramamine. I'm like, sign me up for that. So. And then I got this movie. No, I can't show you that.
What?
I've been forbidden from talking about that movie. So I got a movie, but I can't tell you. And
Tell us.
Whoa.
Secrets.
Hooked me up with a CLDR7G.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that arrived this week. So I had a fun time playing with that. Looks very nice. Great styling. And as I break my microphone. And it came with remote control, which is also very nice. Not as many lights as the remote for the LDS9, but it does have one for the when you jog. It goes a little red there. So boop, but it's got the little grip handles on the side, so you can really hold on tightly. Yeah, had a lot of fun. We watched Last of the Mohicans on that the other day. Hooked that up.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's about it. That's about it for pickups.
Sweet.
What do you got, Ryan?
I didn't have any pickups this week. No, I'm
What?
Liar.
I'm just kidding.
Impossible.
Let's just drop right in.
Your
Boom.
pants are on fire.
Terminal Impact. This is actually known as Cyborg Cop 3. Also,
Of course.
not people
Yeah.
know that, but that
Nice
cover is
motocross.
about as excellent as it gets, and the back doesn't let down either. There's guns and explosions, and obviously probably some romance right there. So
My God.
yeah.
That's incredible.
Rolling on, I've got Marked for Murder with Wings Hauser.
Wow.
So you can't go wrong.
And an Estevez.
Yeah, it is Renee Estevez.
Oh,
Wow.
Sneak Estevez.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. So got that. A Whisper to a Scream. This is probably in
Oh.
that thriller category
Yeah.
on the official
Susan
Brotidian
Sarandon?
label. So
Is that Sarandon on there? Who is that?
I know. It looked like Susan Sarandon.
Nadia
Yeah.
Capone. Nadia Capone.
Oh no.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. The
Yeah.
poor man, Susan Sarandon.
Yeah, obviously. The budget, I think is the correct term.
Sorry.
Then I got a profile for murder with
That looks like Millennium.
Lance Henriksen and Joan Severance. So there's lots of thrilling going on.
It's like they're just like, it's got Lance Henriksen. We're just going to put a Millennium artwork on the Laserdisc and no one will know.
Well, it's live entertainment, so it wasn't like Image just was like, we'll have the intern take care
So
of it.
weird.
And then I got this sweet one.
Wow.
Night.
Dude,
Yes.
Chris Christopherson, Lance Henriksen again.
we should have had more Lance Henriksen romance movies.
This
Oh.
one has been really hard to find, so I was really, really happy to finally track this down.
Look at
And
the hair.
It doesn't help that it's got a generic ass name. If you search for Knights, you're gonna get everything probably but this, even if there is a copy on eBay.
That's like legit Paramount stuff. That's
Yeah.
That should be
Well, it's
easier to
Chris
find.
Christopherson.
I know, right?
It is not a high circulation film. And then I got Blood Games.
Wow. Yes.
So I've got the Vinegar Syndrome, but this one's so good that I had to track down the Laserdisc, and I finally did.
It's incredible.
This movie is incredible all the way through. It starts out with a softball game, and there's no reasoning why this women's softball team is playing this men's softball team, but they pull out the victory, and then it was for money, and then murders happen, and
What?
it's amazing. Highly recommended. either the LaserDisc, which seems impossible to find, or the Vinegar Syndrome. So, and then one more US release. This is Hard Way Out with Don the Dragon Wilson, also known as Blood Fist 8. For those of you keeping track of the Blood Fist franchise.
Oh, I'm keeping
This
track.
was not
Which I am.
listed on LDDB correctly because you had no way of knowing unless you went to the IMDb page. But this is Blood Fist 8. So I'm now as complete with Blood Fist as I can be on LaserDisc,
God,
which is
amazing.
important. It's important.
Yeah, that's a milestone.
Definitely.
And then I got this sweet one,
Nice.
Dirty Mary Crazy Larry.
Yep.
So jealous.
Yep. So it's got the sweet corner obi, a little bit of foxing, but it's a Japanese release.
That's awesome.
This is highly recommended by the Wolfpack.
Damn straight.
And then I got a few foreign ones. You want to see some cool foreign ones?
Nope.
Nope?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right, I changed my mind.
All right. So I've got Super Fights. This is the only copy. I had to add this to LDDB. And it's also got Rob Van Dam.
Oh my god.
What? Looks like
So-
a freaking A team. It's
Oh,
amazing.
yeah. It's
Yeah. Screw the Expendables.
yeah. So no idea. There's no other copies of this. Never seen another copy. Just excited to watch it.
Wow.
We'll keep rolling on. You guys like Billy Blanks, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yes.
This is Expect No Mercy with Billy Blanks.
I don't.
There are a couple of Asian releases, but this one was not on LDDB. This is from Indonesia.
Who's the guy in the middle? He looks familiar.
I don't know. Is
Wolf.
that Wolf Larson?
Oh, all right.
I
Maybe.
hope so.
I mean, I have
His
no
face
idea.
looks familiar.
But
I
yeah,
love it.
he definitely looks like he's ready to kick some ass. So
Oh my God. It's
I
incredible.
expect no mercy myself.
yeah, and it's Billy Blanks, so you can't go wrong. I mean, if the guy does a fitness video and action films, you're good.
Now he's doing the Geico commercials.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then I got another one. So you guys remember Karate Cop?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
This is Karate Raider with Ron Marchini, and it also has, that's right, Burt Ward
Oh.
and Joe Esteban.
Whoa.
Wow.
Oh my God.
This is again Indonesian only,
Nice kick.
and I there's no other copies. I had to add this again. So like,
Amazing.
just really cool.
I love this.
We'll keep rolling. I got
All right.
more.
Of course you do.
We've got Sabotage
Listen, all y'all.
with our boy Mark. And
Wow.
then it's got
Good.
Carrie Ann Moss
All right.
Wow.
and Tony Todd.
Wow.
And this
Snap.
is the Singapore only release. So, you know,
Amazing.
I'd actually watch that one.
That's amazing.
as if you wouldn't watch the first 10.
Oh, yeah. I mean, sorry. I would watch all of these, but that one.
I'm offended. I'm highly offended. Oof. And then got a couple more. Here's a really cool one. This is Blood Money.
Yes.
James Brolin, Billy Drago,
Drago.
and Tracy Lords.
Damn, that's a
Crazy.
cast.
Now, here's the crazy thing. It's Indonesian only. This doesn't have a US release that I could find on like any format. The only thing that's available are like Region 2 DVDs from Greece. Like there's no VHS tapes, there's nothing. I mean, I'm sure there might be a VHS release out there, but I couldn't find one.
Look at all the attitude. They look so tough.
Oh my
Yeah,
God. I
so-
love Tracy. It's amazing.
And it's like completely in English. It probably was like an image release that got announced or didn't even get announced, but no, there's no information on it.
Damn.
And yeah.
Wow.
So if you're trying to be Tracy Lords complete, I have
Ah.
bad news for you.
I'm trying to be Billy Drago complete.
I believe it. Everybody should be. Now, this one I've been looking for after I saw the first one,
Yes. Yes.
Magic Kid 2, and it also features Don the Dragon Wilson in a cameo. So
Even
basically,
first.
he's a kid who does karate that protects his like uncle or something, and yeah,
Oh, so good.
look at this back cover, and
Yeah.
somehow it got a U.S. and a Hong Kong release, but the U.S. one is just as hard to find. So
Yes.
What year is that?
I don't know. The dog does get a credit on the cover.
I saw that.
It says featuring Buford and Buford the dog. There's no.
I'm trying to be
year on
Buford complete, but it's tough.
it. I mean, you got to find both Magic Kids, and
Yeah.
you know, we ruined the market when we all got it on eBay for like $7. So I'm sorry. And then I got one more horror movie.
Oh no.
Ooh, ooh.
All right. What's a super rare horror movie?
Luke might know a little bit about this. Have you guys heard
Whoa.
of Space Green Man?
Oh, that movie. Yep.
Never seen that variant
Clint
before.
Howard. I think this is the only variant. That
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So it's an Indonesian release, but this is a Singapore sticker on it. So all I can tell is maybe like, even though they say they're for distribution only in like that country, they all kind of had agreements to shift them all over Asia for the rentals.
Wow.
But, I mean,
So,
this thing is beautiful. So
Is it
almost like-
signed? Who signed it?
I don't know if that's an actual signature or that's just like, that might be like the film censor guy saying, yep.
Yeah, it's probably the quality inspector.
But I mean, the thing's in like excellent condition. Like I polished
my
it up.
God.
It's beautiful, and I'm ecstatic to have this.
That's amazing.
I never thought I'd find a copy because like I never just walked into a random thrift store in Asia to find one like some people we know.
yeah. So I'll talk about mine for a second. I was in Singapore. We hit a port with the ship, and I was just hitting every record store I could find. And I went to one, and he said, "Oh, I've got more records over here." And then we went to this other, and it was this big record store, and I was like, "Hey, do you got any lasers?" He says, "Oh yeah, I've got a few boxes here." And that one was in there, and I just got it real quick. And there's space stuff because I was carrying everything on my back. But yeah, I picked that one up in Singapore.
Wow.
All those, it's like, the sticker on there. Mine has one too. Like all the Singapore discs have that sticker on there.
Yep.
It's basically like board of film censors Singapore.
Yeah, but like the label is Home Show, which is an Indonesian label, and
Right,
the discs say like for distribution in Indonesia only. So
Yeah.
like it obviously they didn't even follow their own rules, but they got their circulation and their title count. So
I cannot express how weird that movie is. If you guys haven't seen it, that is just the craziest fucking movie. It's great.
and it's on the Vinegar Syndrome label if you wanted to pick one up. So there's options.
Nice.
All right. So what do you have, Luke?
Oh shit. Okay. I kept mine down. I've been buying a lot of Criterion discs lately, but I'm not going to talk about too many of those. But actually, the first one I will. It'll be. I got this guy, La Venture, Antoniano.
Nice.
It's up there, like next to Citizen Kane, as like the best movie ever made.
That's all.
It's black and white. It's about a girl who is she disappears, and then they never find her, and it's just like end of movie. There you go. But I've been putting it on in the background a little bit, and I was like, you know what? I really want to see this. I want to sit down and watch this movie. And I have the other Criterion one, the better looking one. This
What's
guy,
the spine number?
Yeah. Hit us with the spine numbers.
228 on this guy, and spine number 62 on the box set.
Nice.
But this one was skipping on me a little bit. I was like, oh man. And so I went ahead and got this box set. Special feature. There's a good commentary that I was actually listening to. I want to just sit down, and I was trying to watch it before the podcast for romance, mystery, thriller, whatever, but I never got it. What's that? Next one I got in the other day is this guy. We're all
Rad.
So sick.
for pretty cheap on eBay. The guy wrote me like right away and said, "Oh, there's something wrong with it or whatever." I thought he was trying to scam me out of it. I was like, "Dude, just send it to me," and he did. And it's
fine.
It's fine. I mean, I think maybe on side 2 is skipping a little bit, but it's for the most part it's good. God, these videos are great. Like even I was watching it, and like their remake of Satisfaction, just that song itself is just like one of the best remake songs I've heard.
Hell yeah.
Bougie Boy on the front there. It's amazing. Now I gotta find the other Devo.
Yeah, I gotta get the complete truth. That's always usually a pretty penny. So
but yeah. So I was glad to get this one for relatively cheap.
that's awesome. Is that a digital sound on that one? Because I know there's a few different releases.
I'm not sure. I'll have to get back to you on that one.
All right. It's probably analog.
Yeah. I'm not. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Next one. Okay. Oh, I'll talk about this guy next before I get into these. This one Vinny told me about. He said, "Hey, look at this guy on eBay. You know, hey, it's ending in 6 days." I hate those ones that end in 6 days. You're just kind of waiting.
I know. Hey,
Yeah.
check this out, and then forget about it for 6 days. Yeah.
It's the two-disc
Ooh.
version of Brazil.
Nice.
I was sitting on this one and just at the very end, I was like waiting till the last second, and I had to like, bid a crazy amount because there were snipers, like 2 snipers at the very end, just boom, boom, boom. And I just, my bid was pretty high.
Took them out.
Yeah, I took them out. And I was like, what? It's 2021 and I'm sitting on eBay, like stressing out about this Brazil. But no, I like it. It's, it's got it's spine number 373. I also need the, Dead Ringers one.
Oh,
and
yeah.
He was like, but he said, "Oh yeah, I just sold mine to what? Oh man, I needed that one." So yeah, I was happy to find this one.
That almost made my romance list.
Brazil, really?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, so the last 2 that I want to talk about. So I was sorting the other day. I was looking through some VHS tapes. I was like watching them and just checking what's on there. And also I was watching Sam's video about this movie. And it is this guy right here.
Ah, nice.
So this is, of course, Return of the Living Dead, obviously.
Yes.
And this guy I found on eBay for pretty cheap, and it came from Japan in 4 days. 4
Damn.
days this guy came here. So, and it's a beautiful copy. It's just great.
Yeah.
So being back in the States, it's weird to just sit on eBay like I am now and just waiting for the good ones to come up. And it's like, oh, I got to search for this and this. And it's just weird, like these random things that pop up and you just grab them and they come in, they're great. So yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Last one is Return of the Living Dead.
Wow.
This guy.
Slam.
Yeah, I highly recommend. Sam, your video was great. Like it was very detailed. It was about the Blu-ray.
Yeah.
It's just this movie. I want to talk about this movie for a little bit. Like it is.
Go for it.
So the way it breathes, the way it lets it breathe in this weird way is just amazing. And it's not like your typical storyline either of a horror movie. They're not like just running away from zombies. It's just so amazing. And my favorite thing about it is just how frightening it is, because the idea of you cannot kill these zombies, like you can burn them, they will just keep coming. It is that's frightening. And then also the 2 guys who are dying and still alive, like that is frightening. It's just so great. Yeah, I was a latecomer to this movie. I did not, like when I was a kid, I did not watch horror movies. I was too afraid. But as an adult, you start watching, you're like, oh man, I can watch this shit. And it's, this is like the best. It's just a great movie. Like the army stuff, like they didn't need to put that on, but they did. And it's just, I love it. And I got this was another one. This was on LDF. A guy was selling them. And I almost thought it was like, what, this is too good to be true. No way.
Yeah, that guy had some good deals.
Yeah.
It's like,
I jumped on it, and like somebody else said, oh, he wanted it for like in the comments. I thought he got it first. I'm like, hey, is this available? Oh yeah, this is available. I sent him. I was like, okay, I'm never gonna see that money again. And then hey, showed up. Yeah, currently dead.
Score.
Yeah, I got some other ones, but those are the big ones I want to talk about.
All right, cool.
That's it. Max, what do you got?
I got some swag stuff.
Oh, show us.
Okay, I'll show the smallest thing first. This is a little
Oh yeah, a little Pioneer.
Pioneer, like a money clip or a tie pin, but a little clip.
You could hold your Pioneer joints with that.
Yes.
You crazy kids.
Oh my gosh. I'll start with this one first.
Ooh.
What
This
is
guy
that?
is-
Is that? Oh,
Oh,
hello.
I was like, what kind of disc has like weird bumpers on the corner?
Yeah. Oh, snap with the green
Nice.
interior.
The green inside, like, whoa, I love it.
That
It's
is
like,
sweet.
and this apparently, I think this holds like a 10er, maybe a 15er.
Man, you could bring that to the pool hall.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone opens up their pool cues. You open up the
Yes.
laser discs.
Yes. Freaking laser hustler.
was that
Laser
like the
wrestling.
salesman? Like, was that so that you could go to like Ken Crane's and take some home with you and make sure the corners were minty? Like, what's
It's 20. So this is
Yeah.
this right here. This is you are a karaoke star. And you
Yes.
want to bring your own songs to the bar, and this is your little briefcase to bring the party. Okay.
Handcuff it to your wrist.
Straight up handcuff it to your wrist, because these are like cherished songs that you are about to belt out at the karaoke bar.
Sick.
Crushing
I
it.
love it.
Okay. So
I could add more. That is classy.
this one, I really like the texture of it. It's kind of like this kind of leather, like has some like, you can almost see in the light there, you can see it has some like texture to it. But this one's cool. It has snaps and it opens like
Oh, okay.
and this same, I think this is probably the 10 or like a 15. That one's the 20. That's a little thicker. A couple of nice thin ones, but yeah, I love the little like subtlety logos of this one.
Yeah, an interesting video disc. Yeah, stamp there. Yep. Pretty cool.
I'll save that one. This one's another little subtlety one.
What?
jeez?
Damn.
And this one, I like this one. This one has
Are those snaps?
yes,
That's
these are
cool.
snaps. And this kind of like folds over.
It's like a hard plastic.
Yes.
Nice.
This one is hard plastic and it's same kind of size. Got a few in there, but yeah, this is like kind of a rubberized kind of material. That one's more like leather. This one feels a little more rubbery, but it's got a little cute little handle. All the little handles are different too.
I legit wish I had those back in the 90s. I would bring discs to like friends' parties and stuff. And
This is the creme de la creme here. This is my favorite one.
oof.
It has a little blemish.
Yep.
But the freaking logo on it, this is a tenor. It's super cool. And this is another pop top one.
Wow.
But this
Damn.
opens up like fully. I put some little, because it's kind of like a little floppy if you don't put anything in it, but
You get them all from the same place, or was it just like all sorts of different?
different
Wow,
places.
that's cool.
Yeah, I know. This one has like a lesser cool, a little cheaper handle, but the other ones are a little bit cooler on the handles.
So
We're
I
looking
found,
at like LaserDisc trapper keepers.
Yes, they really are. One day I'll be able to like take a photo of like them all together, because I have, a lot of cases, and I'll have
Sure.
like all of them lined up, and we'll have a glorious photo of them all.
Hell yeah.
so I've sent you one before in Japan, but there was one that I kept. And when I found it, it was full of karaoke discs, and I took the karaoke disc out, threw them aside, and just got the case. But yeah, do we think that those are for karaoke disc, or was it like legit?
Yes.
Like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, totally. I
Right.
mean, I will say I have one exception. I have one case that is actually a rental case,
Oh,
and it says LaserDisc rental on it. So
Like
that
yours.
one is a rental case, but everything else, to be completely honest, I believe it to be karaoke. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So like you go to your favorite karaoke spot with your favorite karaoke disc? Like how was that?
hand
Well,
it to the
it's
DJ.
probably,
Yeah.
I think it's probably some level that it's for the DJs themselves
Yeah.
Oh,
to actually have a way to carry these. If you
Sure.
were going to have like some greatest hits ones, and you'd literally just have like a small songbook, and you're like, well, these are one I got,
Yeah.
like,
Sure.
hope
But
you
I would
know
roll
that
up like a
one.
boss and be like, here,
Yeah, totally.
side 2, play track 8. That's
Yes.
that's my song.
That's my jam. Like,
So it wasn't for sales or anything. Like the salesman could be like, "Here's the new
Well-
thing that's coming out" or something.
I have one that maybe was a sales one, because it's like hard metal. These ones, because they're like more soft, like I just don't believe that these would have held up like well enough for them to be like a salesman example. But I have one that's like got like a key lock on it that's made out of metal,
Yeah.
and it's kind of like an actual like road case for
Flight
like
case.
yeah, it's like
for
a flight case,
LaserDisc.
like straight up flight case. Yeah, it's so good. That one, I have a photo. I'll put a photo of that one. Yes. So that one definitely is cool. That's a tough call. They're all so good, but that one might be my favorite, the metal one, because the logo is huge on it. It's so good. But yeah, it's got a little lock and key, and the keys inside. I've never locked it.
Not
But
yet.
I have some discs. So
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
well, Beavis and Beavis and Butthead.
You missed my intro. I actually showed Do America in the intro. Yeah.
What's the odds?
I've got the pan and scan version right here.
Oh my God. Wait. Oh my gosh. This is a fancy widescreen? Damn.
Yeah, and
how
it's got
cool.
AC3 like on it,
It's
even though it doesn't
cool.
list it.
But they're both like impossible to find now, it seems.
I've had these several times and like I completely thought that I had these, and only when I've now recently gone through my alphabet and started realizing the things that I would have sworn I've had for literal years and I don't have them. Like, well, I guess like these need to go on my shelf again. So, but yeah, I'm really
Sick.
stoked on this.
Yeah, those are great.
This one,
Yes.
Dude.
That one's great.
I'm so excited about this. This freaking looks wild. And I just like, I want to know what is going to happen here. Like, what is going on? Like,
Man,
what
that's a
is
lot of
happening?
action.
It's so much.
Is underwear?
Plot's, the plot's a little spotty, but
I believe
It's got
it.
a glider, so I'm in.
Yeah.
there's a lot of cool sequences and definitely a top 10 budget.
Oh, totally. This, I mean, look at these like glistening men with these like,
Just kind of staring into
Incredible.
space. Yeah.
I love it. I mean, the cover alone sold me completely. So
Ooh.
What do we have here?
Trailer disc.
I love this cover
Wow.
so much. The just blue is just so proper, but it's a single side. It of course has all of the information in Japanese, so I'll have to
Oh yeah.
translate that, but it's it should be trailers. It's a demonstration disc, and totally have no idea what's on it yet, but I believe this is like 89. So should be some interesting stuff from 89. That's kind of a
Wow.
interesting,
Yeah.
not quite peak years. So
No, not there. Yeah. Well, it could be interesting.
yeah, I think so. I love those demo discs.
Oh, there it is.
Ah. This is coming up in Hot Topics later.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah,
Stop
yeah.
it. How did I had no idea. I had no
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah, I'll tell you my story with this
Oh
later.
my God. Okay. I know nothing about this. I was going through my music stuff in this room here, and I was going to alphabetize this on to like with Mick Jagger and as a music disc, and then I looked at this. I'm like, this looks like a straight up film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, it's sealed. I'm gonna open it. I'm gonna watch this. So I have absolutely no idea.
It looks really weird. There's some YouTube clips. It looks
Oh.
crazy. Yeah. And it looks like it's not been released much again afterwards. They kind of
yeah, not that I know of.
disappear. Yeah. I want to watch it too.
Okay, I'm really I'm intrigued here.
Yeah.
Okay, this I have to show after I show this other thing, which is a million. Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
is that the big one? Oh,
it's
damn.
the biggest of them all.
With all the fun bonus stuff.
I know. It's miraculously in a plastic sleeve that
Yeah,
is
that's
sized
nice.
for it. So, and it has the strip. I can't believe it.
Yeah, that's in sweet shape.
Oh, but this is the heaviest dream item I've ever wanted to have. And I've gone 1000% against all of my don't buy box sets. And Twin Peaks is the gateway drug to all of the box sets.
Yeah,
So,
I
of
still need to
course,
get those.
Of course, I had to get this.
That's,
But,
that's minty.
I accidentally got two, so I do
Oh.
have.
Oh well, hook your boy up.
Yes, you got it. You got
It
it.
needs to go in this nice RS7G over here.
It's gonna go on your shelf right now. Okay.
Sick. Look
But
for that
yes,
forever.
I'm so jazzed about this. And then this came with this
Nice.
in the same lot there. So this I had this copy, but mine did not have the Obi. So of course, upgrade.
Yeah. I got
And,
mine from this cool guy named Luke.
Oh,
Boom.
so that box set was the reason why I moved to Japan. I mean, amongst other things, but it's like that was the number one thing I wanted to get, and I found it. I
my
think
God.
I found multiple ones.
I love it so much.
You got the 8-inch disc has a little place for it, right? And
Yes, it's got this cute little. I'll
There's a little space
take
for it.
photos of it
Yeah.
for
and
Sam.
that disc is so crazy. Like, it makes no sense, but it's very Japanese. they made it. Like it's not like the Twin Peaks people made it.
It's clues to the mystery.
Yeah, you're gonna totally figure it out.
But it's got, I mean, great like photo book in there and like a little piece of paper. It's got like some Twin Peaks vibes to it. So
damn.
Firewalk with Me doesn't fit in there though, does it?
No, it was separate. It was separate. Yeah. This is solely the show. Solely every episode of the show. And they have these just fabulous, again, I'll put the photos up of it, but the sleeves of each of the episode discs are just these great like monochromatic scenes from the show, just like iconic scenes. So good. Like this is just like, this is so proper. Like every box I've seen, like this is proper. Like
it's nice.
It's worth getting. And I mean, it's definitely a beast, but I mean, if you even have anywhere to put this and you want Twin Peaks, like get this box. It's so cool.
Well, that's the best thing. It's only 2 seasons. So it's like, that's why I never got X-Files, because I don't need 100 X-Files boxes on my shelves, but that's just.
Sure? I could hook you up.
Let's be honest, the X-Files that are on LaserDisc are the good episodes anyways. So
Yes.
But still, there's just so many of those damn boxes. But that Twin Peaks is nice, man.
Yes.
So speaking of space and weight, so I would go out on the train for long. I would find a hard off miles away. I'd take the train, and one time I went really, really far, and I found a Twin Peaks box set. And I had to put that in a backpack and lug it home.
Oh my God.
So great.
I feel
love
for you. This thing, I kid you not, like if I had to estimate the weight on this, I mean, this is like probably a good 25, 30 pounds. It feels like to me. This is heavy. Like this is serious. Like
the first time I heard about it was Video Watchdog magazine did a piece about it, and they said it weighed too much for the actual box, so they thought it would just end up falling apart. Just so
these, I mean, both of the ones I got, they like, have a small area on both parts of them in the interior portion where there's a seam split, which is just going to be inevitable. It legitimately is very heavy for that box. Yeah. But they've held up, and they're both in good, insane condition. So, but yeah, the one that came with this, the Firewalk with Me, that one's the one that had the Obi. So I was like, cool.
Nice.
So yes, I think, wow, that felt like so much. That's it.
Damn. Well, nice pickups, everybody. That was like some serious stuff. Let's get into recent spins. See what everybody's been spinning. I already tipped my hand. I showed you guys some of this stuff, but someone's getting dressed. I've been getting into the mode of watching the stuff as soon as it comes through my door lately. So I like immediately watched Butterfly and Sword with my wife, and she was just kind of casually watching, like, wait, did that just happen? And the special effects and the battle scenes are like, pre-Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, but 8 times crazier, and just really insane fast cuts and bizarre things that physics be damned no humans can do. But it's basically this it's got a flashback story of these kids that are just homeless kids essentially, that end up kind of teaming together to form their own mafia essentially, called the Happy Forest. And as they've grown older, they go on like assassin missions, and Michelle Yeoh and Tony Leung and Donnie Yen, they're all like stone cold killers. But Joey Wong plays the titular Butterfly, and she has a dad that was into martial arts, so she's sworn off that life. So she hooks up with Tony Leung, who has her convinced he's just a regular old fisherman. And he happens to go into the city to, sell his fish every once in a while, which means kill an ass ton of people. So a lot of the movies like him trying to, fool her into thinking that he's not a stone cold assassin. And he's, got her convinced that Michelle Yeoh is like his best friend, and that, she's just there to, hang out and take care of them. But meanwhile, they're just like kicking ass and taking names. So really, really fun movie. So it's got lots of romance. It's got a unrequited bit of romance between Donnie Yen and Michelle Yeoh as well. So you got that going. I watched Wild at Heart multiple times just because I don't know. David Lynch. I got this and I had to see how it looked, because like I said before, I expected it to look pretty bad. And I watched this on my 4K TV behind me, and I thought, this isn't really that nasty in terms of chroma noise and stuff like that. So then later on I had to watch it on the projector, and David Lynch. I don't want to say too much about it just in case we ever do like a David Lynch special or something like
That'd
that.
be
So
crazy.
I hope we can do that.
We should do that. No.
Yeah. and I had to do like everybody else and watch Groundhog Day on Groundhog Day. A little bit of a romance as well, which is it's funny because nothing like romantic actually occurs. Like they don't even really start doing anything until about 45 minutes into the film, and that's not even romantic because it's great because Bill Murray plays a complete cad basically. For most of the film is just kind of him discovering himself and discovering how to be a joyful human being, and so most of the film is just him playing with this concept of this repeating day and how he can get away with so much stuff. So yeah, his first like bits of hooking up with Andie MacDowell is like all him gaslighting her and trying to manipulate her, like kind of like Frodo's character in Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. It's like using this information he's gleaning to fool her into loving him and stuff. So the actual romance really doesn't happen for quite a ways into the film, but it's gorgeous DADC Austria pressing. So not rotted. Then here's my romantic thriller. I didn't put it in my top 5, but I should have. Freaking Dream Lover.
Ooh.
Yes.
Fantastic film. James Spader, Machen Amick. I bought this from Strawberries Records and Tapes in 1994. When my friends went to go see Christian Death and Typo Negative, I stayed home and watched this because I was having a lazy old man night in the middle of the 90s. This is the specials sexy unrated version, 4 minutes of never before seen footage. Thankfully, my friends got me Peter Steele's autograph, even though I didn't go to the concert. But yeah, Machen Amick from Twin Peaks is in it, and my microphone is escaping me. And James Spader is in it. He's just gone through a divorce, and Larry Miller plays his buddy. He's always trying to kind of hook him up on dates, and he bumps into Machen Amick's character, and they have a kind of whirlwind romance. And then things get a little weird and disturbing from that point on. And it has like a nut kick of an ending. It's just, it almost doesn't work, but they pull it off. It's just so ridiculous of a twist and it's just like a real punch to the gut. And this was going to be on my list, but DTS Vertigo. The only reason I didn't put it down is because it's more about obsession than actual romance. And every bit of romance in the film has an element of betrayal or obsession or some sort of creepy element to it. I don't want to give away, any of the kind of plot machinations, but it's my favorite film of all time. And every time I watch it again, I kind of acclimate myself to and remember just why it's my favorite film of all time. And it just kicks so much ass. I went to San Francisco and took pictures in all these places, and it's Brotarian. Not really. So, but it's got TTS. So
that makes it.
That's about it for what I watch. What do you watch, Ryan?
I watched a few movies, mostly on LaserDisc. So,
what's going on? I like your hat. What's going on there?
Shout out to Ron. I picked something up from him that, of course, I haven't shown off yet. It'll make an appearance eventually, but like the box, like he always double boxes it and uses these really cool like big outer boxes, and it had this like weird like bump on the front. I'm like, did he just like put like bubble wrap in weird or what? But there's this hat like stuck inside, so it's like original new old stock from the 90s. Sweet old school style like clip here.
It's not even smoothed yet. Like
no, this is like vintage. So shout out to Ron for the sweet Laser Blazer hat. He's on LDDB, so you can find him there. He does sell laser discs.
He gave me a shirt, but I don't have it on right now. I got my Hopper shirt on, but another night.
All right, so I watched Sketch Artist with Jeff Fahey and Drew Barrymore. And there was a lot of thriller. There was not much love, and spoiler alert, she's dead on the cover. She does not make it past the side break.
Wow.
Damn, he looks more like Sawyer from Lost than his own character from Lost on that cover.
But it was a pretty interesting movie, and there is a sequel also on LaserDisc with Courtney Cox and Jeff Fahey. So I'm gonna have to check that out now.
There's a sequel, of course there is.
Yeah, Sketch Artist 2. Duh.
Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah. I got this sweet one. No Place to Hide. Or I watched. It's Chris Christopherson and Drew Barrymore. And so he's a cop, and she's the 14-year-old not really going to high school or anything, but her sister gets murdered, so he ends up having to protect her from the people who are trying to kill her because they're trying to cover up what's going on, and there's some secret underground society. And by the way,
what's with the pentagram?
It's Canon Video.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I don't know what the pentagram. I don't think ever really played into it.
Is that really a pentagram? Kinda.
Yeah, kinda. But there's definitely a secret society, and Chris Christopherson apparently has disowned this movie. So,
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Whoa.
yeah, and it's got a sweet $1.99 price sticker on it. So, kudos to that. Nice vintage price stickers.
How do you disown that? I mean, nobody knows it exists in the first place, so why do it?
Apparently, people have brought it up in interviews, and he just kind of skips over it.
Damn.
I watched Poison Ivy with Drew Barrymore, and
I saw that in the theater.
it's I don't know. I didn't like it, and she is not like this tagline.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no basic instincts going on, but the scenes where like she's seducing Tom Barrymore are kind of cringy.
This him like butt naked, like kind of crouched over and like humping away like mad is pretty much like nightmare fuel.
Like Tom Skerritt looks uncomfortable on film.
Yeah.
So
He
like
certainly does.
and so like I caught that. I'm like, they didn't try to like make him look a little more comfortable. Like, Tom, you got to sell this a little more. Like he just looked uncomfortable, even though like he's supposed to be like being seduced by her.
Really into it. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And then I also watched Ever After, which would fit in the romance category with Drew Barrymore.
Didn't make your 5 though, huh?
I hated this movie. Like my wife loved it. It's like a classic like romance. I thought it was just terrible and forced, but you know, I mean, it is
late release.
Cinderella. Yeah, it is 98, 99, like right in there. So, but yeah, I did not like it. I think females might like it a lot more than males, which is
You're
fine.
so sexist.
No,
My dad loves that movie. So
Yeah, you're getting canceled now, Ryan.
It's fine. I'll get canceled. I feel like the demographic they were targeting with that was not the male, 19 to 25 or whatever.
it's a chick flick.
Hey, I saw Titanic 10 times in the theaters. I think I would like it.
And then I watched Batman Forever, and while not credited on the cover, Drew Barrymore's in this.
Really?
Yeah,
she is the like kind of not really love interest of the Riddler, but not at all. Like she's just like there, and she's kind of creepy in a couple scenes. But really, it's like a Batman movie that wasn't sure if it wanted to be like old school Batman TV series or the modern Michael Keaton Batman. So like it's got a little bit of half and half, and some really just weird scenes. Sam and I were talking about this.
Yeah.
The movie starts out and the Alfred's offering Batman a sandwich as he's going out, and Batman's like, "I'll get drive-through." It's like, what? Yeah. And then like there's a scene later on where he's going to like rescue and save the day, and he's got his new suit on, and there's just like this extended like ass sequence of Batman. It's like at no point am I watching a Batman movie and I'm like, I could really see his ass up close. But it's okay. It's not great by any means. I like Jim Carrey. Tommy Lee Jones just is kind of weird as just he's not even like Two-Faced. He's just nonstop crazy.
He's one face. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was telling Ryan, like my favorite thing is Two-Face, like the character has this coin. One side's messed up and one side's not. And when he flips it, he has to do whatever the coin says. In this movie, he just flips it again if it lands on the side he doesn't like. That's not what Two-Face does.
And then you've got the whole Robin like storyline with Chris O'Donnell, and it just they were trying. This one is definitely not as bad as Batman and Robin, but they still were trying to do too much. I think like sometimes you just either maybe make it 2 parts or something. I don't know. But
that soundtrack though.
Yeah, Sam loves the soundtrack. So
yeah, man.
Shout out to this soundtrack. Maybe
it's Massive Attack.
Yeah.
U2.
Oh yeah.
So, Luke, what'd you watch?
Okay. I got a couple, not all Drew Barrymore movies, but
this
you didn't get the memo?
No.
Was it American Sweetheart Drew Barrymore week?
No theme either. Just a bunch of randoms here.
I was trying to figure out why Ryan was watching Batman. No, I
I
know.
didn't want to give it away because, like, if I posted like a ton of Drew Barrymore movies that I watched, and you're like, "What? Are they doing Drew Barrymore on the podcast?"
Oh yeah, you know I'd call you out.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. The first one I got, I went to a pawn shop down the street, just kind of, waste some time looking at mostly DVDs. And then they just had maybe 5 Laserdiscs down in there. And this one caught my attention.
Oh yeah.
A movie called Getting In, directed by Doug Liman of course, Born Identity and Swingers. He did Swingers like very close after this.
Oh,
This movie, Max, have you seen this one?
Yeah, it was on one of my lists.
Yeah. Okay. It's garbage. It's a garbage movie. It's like a slasher. It's a slasher. I made it all the way through, so I mean, it's not complete garbage. If it's really garbage, I'd turn it off. The real reason I got it was Chappelle's in there. I'm like, when I saw it, I'm looking all over the cover. It's like maybe that can't be Dave Chappelle in there.
Yeah.
Like, maybe it's somebody else. It's Dave Chappelle.
Yeah. He's
And
a weird
in
role
it.
for him.
Oh, he's like, he does it all from like seated in the back of a IT room or something, kind of like Ryan's doing his whole life. But then at the very end, they give him a little bit more. The story is like he can't leave his IT dungeon. He's all weird. Whatever. What's his face? Whoever this person is trying to get into college. He can't get in. Oh, it's whatever. And then of course, Andrew McCarthy is the killer. But I really wanted to be somebody else.
Spoiler.
I know that was a huge spoiler. I didn't see it coming when I watched it.
Yeah, it's so honestly, I'm really bad at picking out the killers in movies, which makes movies more enjoyable, really. And I didn't want it to be him because it's so obvious that it's him, and yeah, whatever. And he kills people by, like, if your last name is Knife, you're gonna get killed with a knife, or your last name is, I think one girl's
Yeah, it
name
was
is
like Burner, and he killed him with a Bunsen burner.
Yeah. What's his face is in this movie?
Chandler.
Yeah, Chandler's in it, and it's like a horror scene.
Oh.
It's so
It was
great.
the scariest shit. I literally was so
like
freaked out by that.
He gets burned, and it's just like it's like whoa, what is it?
I straight up thought, I thought it was a romantic comedy, and then I was very surprised when Chandler was lit on fire.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I was reading somewhere that they had what is it, Calista Flockhart, isn't it too? She dies or something. And in the DVD release, they had Chandler and her on the cover because they were so popular.
They were hot. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're in it for maybe all of 2 seconds.
Yeah.
I mean, they die in the movie. Right. Cool. Yeah, it's just sometimes you find a disc and it looks interesting and you get it and it's crap. But this one was, wife and I sat down and watched the whole thing there. Yep. Okay. All right, next one. This was a wife pickup. Wife recommended we watch this one, and I didn't think I'd seen it before, but I had The Piano. Because I really wanted to see Harvey Keitel naked.
Yeah, you did.
This is by the same director, Jane Campion, who did Sweetie, which I've never seen, but everyone talks about it. How
Portrait of a Lady. Yeah.
Yeah, just kind of uncomfortable, honestly. Yeah. She, do I need to talk about The Piano, or are you guys good?
You should talk about The Piano.
So, good because I'll never watch it. So.
Okay, so she doesn't talk. She's mute, and she's with her daughter. What's her face? Anna Paquin, who both of them won Oscars, right? Anna Paquin was like one of the youngest Oscar. She's great. I don't know if it's Oscar worthy, but it was good. She gets married off to Sam Neill, who is kind of a horrible, he's not like super horrible anyway, but then Harvey Keitel is there. He kind of helps out, and he falls in love with her, and I don't know, man, it's complicated. But Harvey Keitel is kind of terrible, Sam Neill is kind of terrible, but then eventually they fall in love, and it's a good thing, kind of. And then at the very end, big old spoiler alert, Sam Neill cuts off Holly Hunter's finger, and but she loves playing, of course, the piano. Wow. And there's, it's pretty. My wife likes these movies, and she's like, "Oh, it's whatever," and they're like, "Oh my God, hey, that's terrible. That's not terrible, but like very like, oh, I can't take this. I can't do. But she's like, oh, it's fine. What are you talking about?
Yeah, just cut her finger off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So I watched the piano. There you go. Watched the whole damn thing.
Uplifting.
How long is that?
It's a million hours, I think, with 121 minutes. So not
They could have put it on one side like Stargate.
Next one. These are in no real particular order. Sliding doors. This is
Oh, cool.
Singapore. I got this in Singapore. This is one of the first discs I found. And so I've never really seen this movie, but you know about it. You know this concept of it. And I was like, I want to watch it. Let's watch it. So this disc is crap because it just started skipping right away. Like we got maybe 10 minutes in and we had to stop it and we just streamed it. So it's kind of the reverse. I was joking with Vinny. It's the reverse meme with the guys like, oh, I can't, it's not on what's streaming anymore. I can watch it. Well, I've got
Funny,
it.
I never had that problem. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I've got the reverse problem. My LaserDisc didn't work, so I had to stream it. This movie is not bad. I'm not a big fan of 90s movies.
What?
Yeah, I know. Who I'm
You're in the
talking
wrong
to.
format.
What format are you?
Like, okay, how about like super popular 90s movies? I'm not.
Was that popular? I never
Yeah.
heard of it.
I know. I
That's
haven't even
popular
seen it.
enough. Yeah.
Really? You never heard of this one?
I'd heard of it, but I
I saw
haven't
it
seen
on
it.
LaserDisc, like a copy that I flipped past and didn't buy, even though it's a later release.
Yeah, it's okay. It's a good movie. So she goes on a train, and it's all about the sliding doors. Go to the train, and then I guess she splits apart, and she has a twin. Right? There's two of them, and then there's they have twin sisters, and I don't know what happened in this movie. It's okay. So she goes. It's kind of like, oh, what happens if I get on this train or if I miss the train at the very end? And it kind of splits apart and like two storylines, and they kind of merge back in the very end. And then one, she conveniently gets a haircut, which is nice, so we can tell apart.
Yes.
And she falls. It's just like your life splitting in two different paths, and how that goes. It's a good movie. Like, I enjoyed it, and I was like kind of into it too. I was leaning into this movie, and I was like, oh my god, what is going to happen? And my wife was like, shut up, just watch the movie. Okay. But yeah, it's very enjoyable. And it's got the guy from, my wife just told me, the guy from The Mummy is in this one.
Oh, it's
That
not-
guy she falls in love with, right?
Is that? It doesn't look like Vosloo. Which guy is that? Oh, yes. What's his face there? The hell, he was in Four Weddings and a Funeral as well too.
Okay. Oh, one thing I want to talk about these 90s movies, like both of these guys are just kind of schlubby and just like, my wife was like, why are these two women fighting over this schlubby guy? Like, what is going on in this movie?
Oh
Like,
my
you,
God.
Gwyneth Paltrow, you can do so much better. Yeah.
That's peak
Did
90s.
it at least have like a good 90s jam or two in it?
Yeah, what was on the soundtrack?
I don't remember.
No.
Oh, it does. It has horrible music. What are you talking about? The opening song is just like this. Oh, it's so bad. I didn't look it up, but it was like, oh man, this is not good.
Oh,
This is-
bummer.
It's got some
Yeah.
Elton John according to IMDb. Is that
Oh,
not the movie?
Elton John is I think a plot device in there.
Hmm.
He talks about, I thought you didn't like Elton John or whatever. Oh my god, I talked a lot about sliding doors. What the fuck? Next one. This one I watched, and this is, I don't know. All right.
Oh, okay.
Hard 8. Okay. I've been looking at this forever and ever, It's one of
Great
the
jacket.
Thomas Anderson. I never watched it before. Okay. So I watched it a few months ago for the first time ever. I did not like this. I didn't care for this movie.
But it's
I know.
PTA, man. He's a genius.
He's stealing straight from David Mamet. That's what he's doing. It's just a David Mamet ripoff. There's just not much going on in this movie, and it's just kind of boring. And so, he's a whatever con man guy. He meets Philip Riley here and spins him up on the lifestyle, and they meet old Gwyneth Paltrow here. She's a waitress, and it just kind of, Samuel Jackson is in there, and I didn't care for this movie. I know Vinny really likes this movie. He's going to give me shit about it, but it's
Yeah.
just,
You can deal with it.
yeah.
Oh my God.
It's okay. We anchored Spencer with our Batman Forever hate, so that's what we're all about here. The controversy.
That gets us clicks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next one I watched. So I don't know about you guys. When I'm watching movies, it's just kind of, I don't want to think about it too much. It's just like whatever comes to me, whatever I kind of flip through. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll check this one out. Because if I try too hard, I'm like, oh, I'm not feeling this one right now. This was a weird one that I just kind of picked up. I was like, I'll try to watch this. Never seen this one before. Never seen The Birdcage before. Of course, this is the French version of The Birdcage with Robin Williams, but this was the original one in 1979. The plot is very complicated, but in just a great way, just an amazing way. I watched this and then I watched The Birdcage right away afterwards. It is a complete, like, it's almost like they were going off the same script, which is like a little bit of improvising, going in there. But the French one, I loved it. It was great. It was like, real family values. You've got these two families, one very conservative guy who, anyway, it's too much to get into. But I highly recommend it. It was really good. I have no idea what this picture means though, but because it doesn't really go with the movie that much. Last one. Oh, I got two more. This one, I don't know. Okay, whatever. It's Zabriskie Point.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you guys know this one. It's another Antonioni one.
Yeah.
The Italian director. He made his one U.S. movie. It's this guy's Zabriskie Point. When it came out, it was just a huge flop. It's super moody, like super Italian and super moody. It takes place in Death Valley. And it's basically, it's a love story between these two guys. And it's very counterculture of the 60s. And they were hoping the counterculture would grab onto it, but they just did not. They didn't care
They weren't feeling it.
They weren't feeling it because they're kind of like counter to the counterculture. This guy in the very beginning, he's at this rally and he's like, why are we sitting around talking? Not a rally, but just a meeting to, and he's like, why are we talking? We need to go do stuff. And so he's like, yeah, you need to get out of here. And so he's not down with that. But then he's like actually like in a shooting and he can't pull the trigger. So it's like, he's like, oh, I can't do this either. So he just leaves and he steals an airplane. And then
as one does.
Yeah. He steals the airplane and then he like buzzes her. She's driving through the valley and he buzzes her with the airplane and that's how they meet. I'm like, oh man, that's how you got to impress the ladies by, buzzing them with an airplane in Death Valley to get their attention. And yeah, it's so I don't know if you guys, the people always remember, I've seen this movie before. I didn't remember anything about it except the ending. Does anybody know what the ending?
No, don't spoil it.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, there you go. That's all.
Did they like kiss on the sand or something?
They all die.
So she goes to a house, like she's going for a job thing to this house, this big house in the valley or big house in the desert. And she kind of just walks away from it and it just explodes, like this huge explosion of this fancy, and it's just, did it really happen? No, it was just all in her mind. But it's a really cool explosion in the movie, and they show like every shot of this house. Look it up on YouTube. It's really cool. Like they show every shot of it. It's like, well, we actually blew this house up, so we're going to show every
angle. Yeah,
good.
Yeah, but it's the music is great. Pink Floyd did a lot of music for this. Pink Floyd put out like, but not much is in the actual movie. I think Pink Floyd put out the complete Zabriskie Point sessions or something like that. It's worth picking. It's the widescreen version. I think there's two versions of it. It's pretty good. I enjoy it. Last one, and I hope we talk about this in a second. The shitty version.
Those will be coming back. Nice.
We'll talk about this later, but sometimes I just got to watch a shitty version of a movie. So this is, I haven't seen this one a lot, and so I think Vinny had this. I was like, yeah, I'll take it.
And I got a shitty Terminator, but it's not even that shitty. It's like mid-level shit. So that's pretty good.
This is grade A shitty version.
Yeah.
I everyone talks about Terminator 2, but like Terminator, growing up, I watched this one so much, and I went to go see T2 in the theater. So I lived a life where you just had this, I think I might like Terminator 1 more than Terminator 2.
Well, it's got more story in it.
Yeah.
Oh, the story makes zero sense if you think about the time travel.
It's so fun. And it's a good slasher movie on top of like a sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
Like so much of it has like slasher energy.
Yeah, it's like a RoboCop vibe to it.
Yeah.
I
So
like
good.
Really
Terminator
cool.
Woman. I think that's better than the other two.
Oh,
Which one?
yes.
Terminator Woman.
No, Terminator 1.
I
Oh,
think
sorry.
that's the third one.
Ninja Terminator is better. I mean, so yeah, that's what I've been spending.
Good deal.
You get
Max.
a scheme.
Cool. Okay, so I'll start off with a weird, just the weirdest one I watched first.
Oh, wow.
I
Pioneer
watched this.
Special.
Yeah. This movie, wow. You know, I really didn't know much about it other than the song.
Mhm.
And it's depressing.
You can tell. Just look at the
depressing.
cover. That looks depressing.
I wasn't really sure.
Yeah.
Like I was like, oh, you know, romance. Like I've heard this is like supposed to be some great love story movie. I was like, what is going on the whole time? Like, what time is this right now? Like, I'm very confused. Like, are like they're in a relationship, and then she's all like, they're like totally having a great time, and then it's like suddenly he has like a problem with who she is, even though he's like known who she is this whole time, and then like suddenly they're just breaking up. And then there's like no, like they just don't ever get back together, and they just see each other from like across the street. And it's just the weirdest thing ever. Oh, you didn't iron your hair. Like, it's just like, what is this film? Please someone explain this. This is the weirdest thing. I was very confused.
I've never seen the whole thing, so yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Once,
I don't know if I can give it a full recommendation.
Yeah.
I mean, this probably is the most like Brad Pitt vibe from freaking like
Redford
that I've
Yeah.
ever seen. His in this freaking like this moment right here, this fashion moment is like proper, just
Yeah.
college man, like crushing it. Like a lot of their looks were crushing it because they're trying to be in different eras of time. And it's just, yeah, but there's a lot of spanning of time. And it was like the music was so depressing the whole time. It was like this very like somber strings, just like getting you through time. And I was just like, what? I don't know.
What do you got for special features? Anything good?
Oh, no, not really.
Lame. Special edition, my ass.
We're gonna
Yeah.
we're gonna have to
It's just
censor it.
anamorphic widescreen. So,
All right. We'll give it that.
but yeah, I don't know. This was that was interesting.
All right.
It was an experience. So I've been on a
Ooh.
cure kick lately.
I just listened to the CD counterpart to that recently.
really?
Yes.
Wow, we're on the same brainwave, Sam. Like,
Robert Smith time.
yes. Well, so we just picked up like the amps that these guys like have been using like for like everything. So we've just been on like a
Really?
pure kick. Yeah, they use these Roland jazz chorus amps that are freaking super radical. And like had this the pretty generic one, which is like the JC 120, which is like a stereo chorus.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of what their sound is, which is really cool. But yeah, we actually picked up like the counterport that's like a four speaker cabinet that makes an X pattern of stereo sound, which is just really freaking cool. So yeah, I've just been listening to a lot of Cure, and I mean, like a Forest is pretty much my jam.
Yeah, that's good
And
stuff.
obviously Primary is the shit.
How many tracks are on the LD?
There are 13.
Damn, that's pretty decent.
Yeah, this is a good one. If you're gonna pick up like a Cure LD, like this one like has some hitters on it.
Yeah, I might have to get that.
Yeah, I'll see if I have another for you, Sam. I'll put it on
yeah.
the shelf.
Sweet.
And then yeah, I watched some other crap on TV, but this one I'm still continuing watching. So I've seen part of this yet, but this is still in my player right now. I really want to finish this. So this is a weird rental, but this is one that I have just had on my shelf. Like just the nail polish was like enough to like put it on my shelf. I was like, all right, maybe.
Yeah,
like,
we'll
but
put
it
you on
was
the
the
shelf.
back description of it. They drifted through the dreamy neon bathed nights of LA. And I was sold.
You're like, yes.
And this is really, so far, really interesting. Like I would actually totally like, just on what I've seen, I would recommend this. It's got such a cool vibe. It's basically, I'll show the characters. These are like the main characters here. This one right here. Her name is Nancy Love, Dr. Nancy Love. She's Dr. Love. And she's like a
Nice.
radio therapist, kind of like giving love advice. And this is Eve. And Eve, she runs a bar. And the bar is called Eve's. And she's not the original Eve, though. There was an original Eve. She bought the bar because the name was Eve. And this guy, he remembers and apparently I think dated the original bar Eve. And so now these two are like kind of in a relationship so far. But
All right.
she's giving love advice over the radio to Eve. But then they actually in real life, they don't know who it's each other, but they end up being roommates.
Weird.
And so they're like roommates, but yet she keeps calling on the radio during her radio hour, like, and she's getting love advice from her, but she's super not like good with men in real life. And she is. So it's pretty so far like been really cool. But the imagery of it, it's got this freaking insanely like disco. This is 80s, but this is like a disco, like Barry White-esque, but it's Teddy Pendergrass. And it's like, choose me tonight, come on. It's I
like
good.
it.
It's proper. And that's like a good portion of the intros. This is slow, kind of like neon moment with that choose me tonight. It was great. So yeah, totally would recommend this. Just based on what we've seen so far. But I'm gonna continue watching this because I really am enjoying the scenes of it. But it's got a decent, I don't know.
Yeah, Genevieve Bujold, Keith
familiar.
Carradine. Damn.
But yeah. I've really never heard anybody talking about this movie, and it's called. I mean, it says right on here. The Seattle Times says it's the sexiest movie of the year, and also one of the funniest.
Well, they know what they're talking about, so
yeah. So
you could trust Seattle Times.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah. So that's all I watched on Laser.
Man, very excellent. I got some things to think about, except maybe not the way we were. I don't think. I'm gonna get
no,
into that.
I don't know. I might like rewatch that and like feel if I see like some more continuity, but I wasn't like, that was tough because I just didn't, I don't know. It jumped around and I was confused by it.
I understand. All right. You guys ready to dig into the mailbag for a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple questions. We can knock these out. All right. We're going to go to our best friend, Spencer. He's got a couple things that he's going to read to us, starting with this one.
Pedro de Menzies asks, what was the most Broterian film you watched back in 2020? The answer, of course, is Yentl.
All right. What
Yeah,
about you, Ryan?
Man, I had this queued up last time, and I'm trying to remember what my answer is.
Yeah, all right. What about Luke? Maybe
Prince of Tides, duh.
Prince of Tides. All right. Most Broterian.
I don't know. I don't know the answer.
I know. I'm trying to think. Yeah.
I have one.
All right. What was your
Mine,
most
mine was
Broterian?
mine was Taking of Beverly Hills.
Mine was probably American Yakuza. I mean, yeah, that's got to be it. All right. Did you find your thing, Ryan?
No, I didn't find my answers, but I got a few that I can talk about that were really good.
I mean, Cross Mission.
Cross
of course.
Mission was this year though.
Oh, damn.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good
come on.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched Moontrap. That's pretty Broterian.
Blood Moon with I think it was Gary Daniels was pretty fantastic.
Wow.
A newer film called hang on. I can't even find it now. Never mind. And then looking through my my list, because I keep a list of all this. I watched Back in Action. Fantastic. Always good. And then a new film or newer film, Dude Bro Party Massacre 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
That
on
might be the
Blu-ray.
biggest Broterian title, period.
It's actually a part of the Broterian collection on the release, so you might want to check that out.
It's got the guy from The Room in there, isn't it? I think he is.
Probably.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of
Tommy?
people.
Tommy Wiseau?
No, not Tommy.
The other guy.
Right?
Yeah.
He's in there.
Huh.
I did watch Dinosaur Island, which was about dinosaurs and females, and
All right.
Chopper.
yeah, that was pretty Broterian. I watched the Kickboxer movies. Always just find them.
What non-Broterian ones did you watch?
Actually, yeah.
That's a
I
great
mean, for
question.
Ryan's answer, just watch every single podcast episode from last year.
Yeah, seriously. No, but like I watched things that aren't Broterian. I watched the China O'Brien movies. The first one was better than the second. And then watched a few other things that were really good. Trying to find some specific. Original Gangstas was great.
All right.
Yes, that was a podcast favorite.
Yes, there's good reason for that. It was just that good.
What about Action USA? How was that on the list?
Action USA is fantastic. It's a Vinegar Syndrome release that's sold out. But if you missed out, we talked
Coming
about
back out.
It's coming out on MVD Rewind with a different exclusive bonus feature.
Yep.
I believe it's the exact same transfer, which the transfer is fantastic. The movie's fantastic. So, yeah, I can't speak enough good things about that movie. And then, I watched a couple of American Ninja movies. You guys probably heard of those. Those are fantastic.
Which one's the most Broterian?
I think 1 and 2 are just way up there. They're not bad after that. Well, 5's kind of bad, but 3 and 4 are decent. But like 1 and 2, like that was like when canon was just like they were flying.
So what's some definitions of Broterian for you? What makes a movie a Broterian movie?
Explosions, fighting, gunfights, chicks, and that's pretty much it.
Guts, guns, and glory.
There's more sequence than actual plot. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So any Andy Sedaris movie. Basically.
Oh God, yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Yep. Okay. I think Guns is on LaserDisc and maybe a couple others. There's not that many on LaserDisc, surprisingly, which I'm amazed, but it's the reality. So, but he actually had a sale for Valentine's Day. It's probably still going on. It was like buy one get two free on his website. So
I think he passed away.
Yeah, he is. He's gone, but his website's still there, and they're still making money off of it. I think his son's like running this state or whatever. Street Hunter was also really good. I watched that right at the end of the year. So Street Hunter. So yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Let's cram another question then.
Sven asks, what is the worst or most embarrassing movie that is in your collection, but one that you actually watch from time to time?
All right.
Oh.
Anything embarrassing?
Think about it.
I've got one. I watched Pocahontas 2.
Okay.
It is just awful. Like, oh my God, why did they release this to video even? Like, ooh.
I think any cartoons, even like DuckTales and stuff, I think it's kind of embarrassing. Like if I showed someone else that wasn't like, they'd be like, why do you have this? I'm like, and I still watch it from time to time.
I don't know. If you held up Tailspin, I would think you were a distinguished gentleman myself.
Yes.
True.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Pinky up.
Just saying.
No, that's a tough one. I get maybe just the fact that I have a DVD on LaserDisc, which feels like slightly embarrassing because that format really shouldn't be explained on LaserDisc.
Yeah, that's kind of weird, right? That's
pretty weird.
Dirty.
Like it's pretty weird. It's like feels like wow, that's kind of cool, but it also feels like but wait, that's like you're like killing your father right now. Like
yeah,
it's terrible.
Man. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's just mostly 90s movies that I actually actively hated when they came out, but now I don't mind them because they're so 90s, like Last Action Hero. Like, I mean, I despised that movie with my inner core, but that's one that now that's considered like a better film than Titanic. So, whereas I should feel cringy about Titanic, but Titanic is a motherfucking awesome movie.
Yeah,
Last Action Hero is a dirty piece of shit that I scrape off my shoes.
Wow.
But I watch it because it's super 90s and it's stupid and it's on LaserDisc and I love LaserDisc. So there you go. That's my hot take, and I'm gonna get all sorts of popcorn thrown at me now.
I heart LaserDisc.
That is sweet. That's like the ones you would like kind of bake in the oven or whatever. Like
shrinky dinks.
Yeah. Good stuff. All right. Let's go with another question.
David asks, what is the best pressing and what is the worst pressing?
Oh, wrong.
Yeah, I think we've gotten this one or something similar to this before. What do you got, Ryan?
Well, I can honestly say anything like 1998 and on, you could pick. Like, there's just a lot of them. Even a little earlier, like Mission Impossible, from like 96, 97 is fantastic looking. Like they really had nailed it by then. So, those are definitely the best. Some of the worst I've seen, every pressing of Basic Instinct is shitty. Like every pressing. I don't care if it's the squeeze. I don't care if it's the special edition. It's like they're like, hey, we've got this sweet VHS master. Let's put it on Laserdisc.
Even back in the day, I remember reading the magazines, and it would be like, Basic Instinct is out again, and it's got a 1.5 out of 5 for the picture quality.
And then this pressing is terrible. It looks like they put the VHS on the Laserdisc. It's even got a bumper that like seems like the VHS bumper, and it's dark and grainy, and the audio is even like shitty on the high levels. Like I don't know how this got made, but this is one of the worst pressings I've ever run across. And usually the foreign pressings aren't bad, but I ran across this past week, and it was perfect for this answer.
My go-to least favorite is usually the Herald Videogram Never Say Never Again from Japan, where they just kind of scanned an anamorphic print without changing the kind of aspect ratio dynamics, and it's just, and you see all like the weird like splicing, the flashing from frame to frame, and like the edges are kind of fuzzy, and there's like dirt and shit in there, and it just looks really, really bad. But like you said, yeah, any later 90s press, anything Kure pressed with those like super NTSC coatings, all those DTS reissues all look fantastic. And yeah, anything when they stop doing all the really, really bad like DNR and stuff like that. But
The worst for me are the Disco Visions, man.
Yeah,
Like, they're
those
just
are
so
rough.
bad.
There's a few Disco Visions that aren't that bad though, surprisingly, like some of the CAV stuff.
And sometimes they'll change in the same movie. Like
Yeah.
some scenes will look great, and then the next one, ooh. Yeah, good point though. Those look rough.
Totally. Yeah, most of my my weird like obscurity ones, which are like tend to be Disco Vision.
Yeah.
It's like you got like rotted karate lessons, but then they're like really like it wasn't good picture quality, even if the rot wasn't there. Like it's just like you're just here for the karate lessons, like
Just power through the rot, deal with it.
just power through the rot because you gotta get that self defense. Gotta get
Yep.
that.
I like it. All right, let's get another question then. This one sounds good.
Maxine, the Laserdisc Queen, asks, what are the best price, most explosions per quota on Laserdisc for the truest sense of bang for your buck?
Thank you, Spencer.
Maxine, what do you think? What's your answer to your own question?
I responded to this question and said I do not have an answer for this question. But my answer for this question comes via Trevor, who said Action Jackson.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
It's a good one.
Yeah, and then there's a really mainstream movie that has, the White House exploding and aliens. You might have heard of it.
Never heard of it. No.
My mainstream is always True Lies because it has, the usual stuff. It's got it's got cool cars, it's got explosions, it's got gunfights, it's got a Harrier. It's got nuclear freaking explosions. Like every other movie, you are trying to stop the nukes from going off. And this one is the first time I ever saw a movie. Like I grew up in the 80s where it was just like if a nuke goes off, like that's the end of humanity. This one's like, no, we're just going to make out while a mushroom cloud is going on in the background. That's pretty badass.
I love it.
What about The Long Kiss Goodnight? That's one that comes to mind. It's got a lot
That's
of
good.
There's crazy action in there.
Yeah, that's good price too. All those are good price ones.
Good
so that's
dialogue.
definitely bang for your buck.
Yeah.
They're common. It's awesome. Yeah, I
All
think Action Jackson is probably the hardest one to find, and it's like $10.
Yeah, I know.
Worth it. So good.
Yeah.
All right. One last question here, and then we'll save the rest because there's lots of techie stuff. We'll get some of the techie kids in here, but this one.
Matthew J. Sherman asks,
Who is your daddy and what is he?
Is that the techie question?
No, I'm saving the techie questions.
Oh, okay.
That one is,
I feel like that wasn't the question, but
yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if there's an answer to that.
I am.
Oh my God.
Okay, good. All right,
There you
good
go.
deal. All right, let's move on to some hot topics.
Woo!
Dun, 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 dun. Anything that's going on in the Laserdisc collecting community, either on the forums, on the Facebook, or wherever in your backyard, wherever you're doing stuff Laserdisc related.
Yeah, so there's a new Sam on the LDF.
And-
Stardog
Yeah,
feuding with Culture Dog, so watch out.
Whoa.
The dogs are going to meet.
Video
Yeah.
on Culture Dog and Star Dog.
Yeah.
yeah, we're gonna have to have a street fight. I'm calling in my boy Samuel Williamson to back me up. No one's gonna know. He's gonna be like right outside the ring. I'm just gonna have him jump in with a chair.
Oh my God.
Take Stardog out. I'm feeling feisty tonight, fighting about like Titanic and Last Action Hero. I'm ready to take out a Stardog. You can do it.
Poor Stardog's gonna find out about this and watch this episode first and be like, "They're shit talking me."
These dicks.
Can't mess
Shout out
with
to
the older
Stardog.
dog.
Yeah.
I think he's actually got like he does like AI like video scans and stuff and does like AI kind of restoration on them. So there you go. Shout out to Stardog.
Indeed. Kudos. Welcome.
There's the Mick Jagger situation, which
Found a hidden movie.
I got a box from Bill, I think, and I had a ton of stuff in it. And I'm just flipping through. I'm like, yes, keep, yes, keep, yes, keep. Mick Jagger concert. Screw that. Get rid of it. So I got rid of it. I gave it to Pedro and with a big bunch of stuff. And then literally a week or so later, then all of a sudden I'm seeing this Mick Jagger movie. It's not a concert. It's a freaking movie about him and Jerry Hall, like their relationship for real, kind of, but not real.
Dennis Hopper's in there or something.
Yeah, Dennis Hopper. And now it's showing up everywhere. Now I can't like go a day without seeing this Mick Jagger disc. Now
This is the weirdest thing I've ever heard of. This is so weird. Why is Dennis Hopper in it? Dennis Hopper is in it.
Yeah. I'm telling you, this thing is the new move over Hogan. This is the new hot disc.
There will never be discs hotter than
Oh my
Hogan.
God. Well, you're running out of luck with this one, pal.
Running out of luck, Mick Jagger's the new number one with a bullet. This is the new GameStop stonks right here.
Oh.
You need to get
I mean,
yourself some Mick Jagger.
When you have to say Dennis Hopper ridiculous, I mean, that's implied.
No,
Yeah,
On
walking in
the
a
back,
room.
they say that.
they're just like, here's a reason to watch.
So,
Oh my God.
like Paul McCartney made a movie too around that time, right? It's supposed to
Yeah.
be terrible.
Yeah, which
That's
I've never
just-
watched.
Yeah.
What is this? Maybe I have that.
Yeah.
I need to know what
I think it was around, Prince made Purple Rain. He's like,
Yeah.
oh, I want to make a movie too.
I'll do that, yeah. And of course, Phil Collins has Buster, so
Oh, man.
here. Oh my goodness. These are all things I now have to look for.
yeah. So there's a Mick Jagger movie. I swore that was just going to be a concert, and
I know.
Yes.
Me too.
So from what I'm reading, it seems like there's some stuff that, is not liked. He does some insensitive things in the movie, or I don't know. But I really want to watch it. I want to find that.
yeah, I mean, just the fact that it's like a real couple, and it's kind of dealing with their relationship, and I don't know.
It's so weird. Yeah.
Yeah, who would? I don't know.
Filmed in Brazil, right?
Filmed
Yeah, I
on
think so.
location in Rio. That's what
Rio,
it's pointing
yeah.
on the back. Red, bold red right there. For you.
Yeah.
See, this is the lesson, kids. When you get these discs, like read the back before you give them away to your friends, because
Yeah.
maybe it's actually something you want to check out.
This is hilarious. This little synopsis. It's only a movie, or is it? Running Out of Luck is a freewheeling 80-minute odyssey
Ooh,
into
that might be
the
Rotarian.
fantasies and fears of the world's most celebrated and envied rock star, played convincingly by Mick Jagger.
Playing himself essentially.
Yes, literally. This is hilarious. Oh my God. Just his freaking face on this. He is freaking out for blood right there.
Man, all right. Well, my buddy
Wow.
Pedro, he better watch this and
I
report back
hope
to
so.
me.
Or I better send it back to you.
Yeah, I
Jeez.
know, right? Bring it back.
So I got one. So I
What's your hot
posted
topic?
I posted my
Oh yeah.
my
Yes.
Terminator disc, and I
Shit
just
post.
I posted, James Cameron's only good movie, and people just freaked out. They're like,
Yep.
but
I didn't take the bait. Yeah.
Okay, good. I thought they were going to make fun of me because of it's a shitty transfer, but no, they went with the "Well, you've never seen The Abyss, or you've never seen blah blah blah. Of course, T2 is a great movie. The Abyss is a great movie. I haven't said it, but Sam, I kind of like the Titanic as well.
All right. All right.
Titanic.
Somebody's in my corner. over here.
Titanic's
All right.
radical. I like
All
Titanic.
right. All right.
But Avatar, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
I'll still watch it, but
I mean, unobtainium. So
unobtainium, baby.
Yeah. That's what I got.
Nice. Yeah, that was pretty fun. That was a big
was
thread
amazing.
too. Like, kind of kept
That
going
was
for a bit.
that was an aggro internet moment for you there.
Yeah. What else? Mark loves the group, if you hadn't heard. So Mark Foster loves the group. So that's
Wow.
good. Yeah.
Yes.
Great. Welcome.
And what else happened? Oh, there was the guy that wanted to know the list of the top 10 grails. So if you guys have any listings,
I have one. It's the Fantasia with the banned Bruce Campbell commentary.
there you go.
That is the Grail.
That didn't last too long. He shut that one down.
The thing about grails, like it's personal. It's your personal preference, and some are harder to find, of course, but it should be a personal thing.
Yeah, Ryan's list of grails is not going to be, my list of grails. And then everyone's kind of skeptical as to whether or not this guy's rolling in just looking for a shopping list of all the rare titles to flip. So
Yeah.
so it didn't go over that well, and everyone was sarcastic. And
Yeah, kudos to the people who like snip out the noobs or potentially just like scalpers. Like, no. So
yeah. And then the new, I love the let me LDDB that for you moment of the week was when someone's like, hey, is Summer of Sam on LaserDisc? And our friendly moderator Ryan swept in with
admin.
Friendly admin Ryan swept in with the let me LDDB that for you. No.
Yeah, like I'm like, no. I almost turned off comments, and I'm like, no, he's new, I'll be a little nicer, but I was about ready to just turn off comments because that's the one nice thing about being an admin or moderator is like, you can turn off comments and then it just shuts down the dumb thread before it happens. So yeah, but there's a website for that. The thing that you say you're going to read when you join, you didn't read.
Yeah, check out the LDDB. I mean, there's literally some things that are a little tougher to find on there through the search, but Summer of Sam is not one of them. Like you can search that and
if
see
you can
immediately.
spell, you can get it.
Exactly. My favorite moment of the week was definitely the Stargate situation where our buddy Tyler was complaining that Stargate was on punching my mic. Stargate was on 2 discs and it was a short movie. Why didn't they cut something out or make the credits run twice as fast and squeeze it onto 1 disc? And I was like, well,
what? No.
When that movie came out, that was kind of like a big deal. And there was not a problem to be across 2 discs. Like people were used to it at that point. And
no, like 2 discs was like more money.
Yeah. And CAV sides for all the action. Like that was like where it was at.
And by then our players played both sides.
Who cares? Yeah. So it was no big deal. Yeah. But he was like, I don't see what the problem is. They should just sped it all up. And I'm like, I was like, look, like I actually have the actual magazines from when that dropped, and they were already pissed off because they pressed like a ton. They lost millions of dollars because the first pressing run had the ProLogic tracks were out of phase, so the vocals, the dialogue went into the rear channels instead of going into the center speaker, and so they had to recall all those. And then they were worried about recall dropouts, and so they were up and down that release, one side and the other, like quality control. If they had sped up the end of the movie or something, there's no way there would have been a recall. So
no way. That's like a cable thing that I feel like didn't really even exist as a thought, and that's definitely like retroactively just projecting something that you've seen now because of like streaming or like cable, where they literally through the thing just so they can get to the next thing to fill the time slot, right? But
and they made it worse. Like then they'd start shrinking that into like a little tiny window with the credits going by.
And then they fixed the problem anyways because they came out with the deluxe edition later on that was 128 minutes. So you should really just chase that and get the AC3 or the DTS.
Or the DTS if you can find one. Yeah. There you go. But Stargate, it's 2 sides, and you get all that delightful CAV explosions. Even though my disc is marked wrong, it says it's extended play on all 3 sides, but it's not. It's CAV side 3. So deal with it.
Send it back, get another one.
Yeah, I like this recall concept. I didn't know that. I'm really interested to know if those still exist.
I checked mine. Mine is fine. The ProLogic decodes right, but keep an eye. You probably have a copy on your shelf. I imagine.
I'm gonna have to listen to so many copies of Stargate just to check. I'm gonna
the center channel's like all messed up. So and a lot of copies went out.
Went out that way. So if it's Pioneer Japan, it's the bad one, and the Pioneer USA is the good one. So so
there you go. I waited a little while to get my copy because of that. I was like, Let's see if this works out.
It's amazing. I love this.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, sorry, it's on 2 discs. What else?
There was one more broken disc this week.
Oh yeah, broken disc watch. What's going on with broken discs? Yeah,
It got like bent in half in the mailbox, and it was like $8 disc. It's like
Horrible. My Legion of Iron came in a bubble mailer and it did not break.
I got a bunch of discs in the mail and they didn't break.
like there's probably 7,000 laser discs delivered this week, and we see the post of the one that got broken, and it was like a cheap one, and it's like it sucks, but like eBay's got your back. I hate seeing it. Like that's my least favorite post. Like it's just I don't care. It sucks. Whatever.
Yeah, I hate it when they blame the postal service. Like that really gets me. It's the guy who put it in the box in the first place, who put in the bubble wrap in the first place. And they want, oh, why doesn't the post office like put on a feather pillow for me and hand it right in my room? And come on,
Pony
guys.
Express it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always somebody else's fault. It's like, well, the seller didn't do their due diligence, give them bad feedback, or let them refund you. You're not out any money. It's not like it was like a rare like $300 disc.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Whatever.
Oh.
That's what it is.
We need to get a special graphic for Broken Disc Watch. That's our new segment. Yeah.
And then there was a broken player that was like horrendously broken. Like they just threw it in a box. And
That's messed up.
I feel bad laughing, but I'm like,
oh my God.
That's one of those things that like when you buy it, you have the conversation. Like you go, I'm buying this. Please, like double, triple box it. If I need to pay more for shipping, whatever, we need to talk. Like not just player in box. Like,
I gotta say the R7G was nicely wrapped, as most players from Japan are. So it took me a while to get this thing out. So
nice.
Yeah, I wasn't even about to like when I did the unboxing of the Sony. I was like, let me film this, and it just took so long. It was just like 25 minutes of me just like snipping at things with scissors and box cutters, and I had to speed it up like 8 to 10 times. I'm like, screw this. So this time I just went right in and did it off the camera. All right. Any other burning issues you guys want to get off? Yeah, your shoulders. All right. Let's move into getting physical. Let's get physical. Anything that's not LaserDisc, but some sort of physical product, physical media. And
I'm prepared this time. I'm prepared with.
Oh, you got something. Again, if you don't have anything, you can feel free to just flip the bird, and we'll move right on. I didn't buy any Blu-rays this week, but I actually did get some Blu-rays. I got my replacements from my Friday the 13th box. I got the Jason Goes to Hell and the Spacin'.
Oh, my favorite. That was my favorite.
And the Friday 3D. I think the issue with this one was the 3D effects and the titles weren't working right. So I don't have a 3D projector, so I don't care. Jason Goes to Hell. I forgot. Is this the unrated one? Yeah, something was wrong with it. And I think there was a sound effect missing from one of the kills in Jason X. So
wait, is this the Blu-rays? What's the story here?
Yeah, Scream Factory came out with a big box, which is downstairs.
Yeah, I got it too. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can, there's 3 discs that they reprinted, and you have to, it was actually really painless. There's just a website. You go to it, and all you need is your receipt from getting the box, and then you say,
I don't know if I have that.
And you have to type in Friday the 13th as the reason for the return, and they just send you the discs in the mail. They showed up really fast, and you can tell on them there's all that kind of Shout Factory writing, and on the outer rim of the disc, and it says R2, I believe. These are actually the original ones that I took out of the cases, and I put they came in these sleeves, so I just put the old discs in these. But yeah, I think they say R2 on them for the corrected ones. And I don't believe any corrected box sets actually made the market. So I think if you have the box set, the only way to get them is. But again, it's like a sound effect in Jason X, and something in the 9th one. And again, I'm not really watching the 3D version of 3, but yeah, I figured why not? Let's get it.
Yeah, cool.
And I got some discs. This one. I don't know if there's any metalheads in here, but the thing I was most excited about this is it was a package from Germany that I'd been waiting for since November. Amon Amarth. It's actually an older album. It's good Viking metal, but it's a beautiful digipack. and I've been meaning to get it forever. In fact, you can see my Amon Amarth collection. They all kind of like have the same kind of look right there. But it's a Euro version with a PAL DVD of a concert, and I've been wanting to get it for that concert, which is in my DVD player downstairs. It's missing.
Yeah.
But yeah, this only came out with the DVD in Europe, and of course I got plenty of multi-region players kicking around, so I got that, and got Faith No More, the real thing, the Rhino reissue, the double disc with all the bonus tracks. It's funny because I bought all the other reissues, and this one like came out first. I got this one last, but it's never on sale, so I finally gave up and bought it for the full price. But yeah, lots of good stuff. And I finally got another Infinite Zero Devo reissue. Henry Rollins's company that he did for a little bit in the 90s reissued 4 Devo albums with like bonus tracks and stuff. So got the new Traditionalist one. I think it came out in 97 or so. That's cool stuff. And the rest is just records. I got some stuff from oldies.com. I don't know if you guys have ordered from them before. They're out of Pennsylvania, and they got a lot of new old stock, so cutouts and stuff like that, including this sick ass metal record. Man, that was like someone drew that on their high school like math book cover and then turned it into a record. Stricken by Might, but of course the edge got cut off. Really fun stuff. EXE is the name of the band, but these guys, you know, they mean business. Look at those.
They mean business.
Yeah,
that hair means business.
Yeah, I think it was like $2, something like that. New old stock.
God.
More Devo. From Smooth Noodle Maps, the most modern man, with like, I mean, obviously you're not going to listen to this too many times because it's like 6 different versions of the same song. But yeah, still good stuff from Enigma Records. And I finally got the Cowboy Bebop soundtrack, which has not been put on Laserdisc. It's been on Laserdisc, but it's not been on vinyl until just last year. Nice. Believe it or not. And there's a bunch of tracks that weren't on the original CD soundtrack anyway, so it's pretty cool. Nice gatefold, and yeah, a lot of good artwork in there.
Cool.
Hit my local guy down the street and got some bargain bin stuff. The Call, Modern Romans. Excellent record with The Walls Came Down. Awesome song. You can hear it in Real Genius starring Val Kilmer. Fantastic song. And also in the bargain bin, Animotion self-titled with, of course, the iconic romantic song Obsession.
Wow.
Astrid playing there, looking super 80s. Look at that gear they're rocking there.
So
Killer
good.
bass on there too. And this one's a shout out to Vinny. I got Ministry's first album, With Sympathy, when they were a synth pop band. Al Jorgensen's kind of written this period off. But yeah, Vinny, when he was a DJ, he used to spin that.
That's so cool.
And finally, I never had an LP copy of Peter Gabriel's Passion, his last Temptation of Christ soundtrack. And I, of course, had the CD of this for years, but it's a nice double disc, gorgeous stuff. So there you go. That's my pickups. What do you get, Ryan?
Cool.
So that Obsession song, was that the one that was featured in the Grand Theft Auto game in the strip club?
I probably was. Yeah, it's You're my obsession.
Yes, that is.
Who do you want me to be to make you sleep with me?
As Luke comes back in frame.
Yeah.
Like a butterfly. A wild butterfly.
This is my obsession. Oh, look at this.
I bought a book.
Whoa.
I know, but
You found the Brotarian book.
Yes.
Life Bigger Than Yours, the 100 wackiest action movies. And I started reading through it. And it's fantastic because it has blurbs and pictures. And I just opened to Super Fights.
Prime bathroom rating right there, dude.
Yeah, no, it's great because it's like 2 pages on each book or on each movie. And it's basically like, this was made. Because really, most of these are like, this was made. But I'm slowly working my way through that. I've seen a few of them. There's now more I'm adding to my list. Some of them, unfortunately, aren't on Laserdisc. And it seems that some of them are barely, some of them are barely even on VHS. So that's going to be hard to track some of those down because I don't want a VHS tape if I can help it.
I like they called it wacky. You're probably like, what do you mean wacky?
I have enough stuff behind me that like trying to add a lot of VHS is just
no.
It's where you're going. It's your destiny. You got
You say that, but
Resistance is futile.
I did get some stuff from our friends at Hamilton Books, including Extreme Jukebox, which I saw this and I'm like,
Trauma.
a trauma film with like a whatever with a guitar and like blood or something. So yes.
And the
Laughter,
face.
and rock and roll.
And then I got one other trauma classic, Pro Wrestlers versus Zombies with Rowdy Roddy Piper. And it's got Shane Douglas, Matt Hardy, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Kurt Angle. So it's got some real royalty in there. But that showed up on Hamilton Books.
Nice.
And then in the $3 section on Hamilton Books, there was Tactical Force with Steve Austin. So,
And Michael J. White. Nice.
Yeah. You know, all of the expensive stuff. And then on the $2 front,
Oh my God. Yes.
Age of Dinosaurs with Treat Williams.
And Ronnie Cox.
Yeah. So that was $2. Really breaking the bank on these. And then I got a Dollar Tree pickup, the Warrior 4-pack for $1. It's got a Jackie Chan film, a couple other things, and then like random fight night film on top of that. So.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, we only got 3, but
and then I picked this up so that I could be Blood Fist complete.
Yes.
It's 1 and 2. So this is really cool.
Wow.
And then I got this movie. You guys heard of this one?
Yes. That's green.
You just missed out on the
Arrow did that, didn't
LaserDisc
they?
era. So
Total snub.
Great Evil Dead ripoff.
yeah, it's a classic. So, but yeah, those were my non-LaserDisc related
Nice
pickups because I don't categorize my like vinyl until I listen to them. So
whatever.
No, like so when I get them, they go into a listen pile, and then like 3 months later, I remember I got it. So it works out, but it's not conducive for this format.
You're fired.
I know.
Luke's hired in your place.
Yay! All right.
What do you got?
Oh, that's me. Okay. All right. I'm a little all over the place still. First one I want to throw up again.
Nice.
From the Scream Factory of Return of the Living Dead. I really watched Sam's video. It was really great. I enjoyed it a lot. He goes into great detail about this guy. Next one, I got a VHS from my friend Tyler Bell. He's the guy who makes all the bootleg VHSs, and this one was pretty cool. It's like a WFMU like promo video of just a bunch of different bands, no one you've ever heard of. It's pretty wacky. But the cool thing, the release is what's great. So, all right, you open it up, and of course, he's always throws stickers in there. He's got some WFMU stickers in there, but the tape itself, every one of his tape is has some color to it. So it's blue and yellow. But look at those. Damn. I don't even know how he did that. So those are the reels in there, and like if you took your VC, it would move in there.
That's cool.
Yeah, he's a genius. Like just great stuff. And this is the first one he's put out in a few months now. All right. Next one. There's a book off here. I'm in Japan. I would go to book offs and hard offs. There's a book off in Japan or in San Diego, and I found this guy talking of the Rolling Stones. Gimme Shelter. And what was great about this, there was like a note card inside just talking about the movie, and it says like misconceptions over 20 years, documentary is good. It's not. Like, it's not good. Oh, okay. Just like trashing all about this movie.
Now we know why they sold it.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
That was for like film class or something.
I don't even know. Yeah. All right. So one thing about the movie, which is interesting, George Lucas is a cameraman and Gimme Shelter.
Okay.
That's about it. I enjoy it. It's a good one. Next one, book time. I still have not finished this guy. I know Sam's finished it, but Ready Player 2.
Oh, nice.
Okay. I'm still trying to. Weird thing happened with it. I'm about halfway through, but I started reading the negative reviews, and I guess it just kind of got to me. I'm like,
steer clear. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm enjoying it. Some weird things about the book is that I know we've talked about it, but like his references are not right. Like he says things
weird.
That the one thing I found was like talking about Magnum PI's hat. you know, and everyone knows, my wife knows, my grandmother knows, Magnum PI wears a Detroit Tigers ball cap.
Yep.
That's what he wears. And he's in the book, he says, I put on my Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
Magnum PI. I'm like, what the fuck? No, you're not a nerd. Get out of here. But I still want to finish this guy.
Did you get to the John Hughes planet yet?
Yes, I did.
All right, that's cool. Yeah.
So yeah. All right, the rest are just records, and I'm not even sure if you'll know these guys, or because I'm so
Man,
hip.
look at you. You're indie, man.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go through some of these pretty fast. This one is Paul Humphreys, he's a drummer. It's called Me and My Drums. It's just really funky stuff. I know this guy. A few years ago, a bunch of DJs that I liked, I'm not sure if he's still alive or not, but they brought back all these old session drummers, and he was one of them. It's just a lot of cool stuff.
I feel like this is turning into Amoeba. What's in my bag all of a sudden?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, totally.
Another one, Cut Chemist and Madlib. This is a good one. I don't know if you guys know this, or if anybody. It's just DJ stuff.
Cool.
LA DJs, Cut Chemist and Matt. They're incredible. This one was fun. I am in the Navy, and I sometimes pick up these weird Navy promo records. And this one is just like radio spots of, you should join the Navy. You should do. No, don't do it. Don't join the Navy.
Don't do it. Don't listen.
Fun stuff. Next one, I found a weird hip hop record store down the street. It was like hidden, but I just found some more. Again, another DJ stuff. Guy Cushing, he's really good. This stuff you might know is I've picked up Paul Williams.
Hell yeah.
Look at that hair.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have you seen the documentary on Paul Williams called "I Am Still Alive," or it's really good.
It's on my watch list, but
yeah, it's got rainy days and Mondays. It's such
nice.
a great song. This one, Brendan actually said, "Hey, you should pick up," because recently I've been thinking like I don't listen to any new music. Everything I listen to is old, and because I'm an old man and I just like old stuff. So he's like, "Oh, this new band called $75 Bill. It's really good." Brendan, of course, the in charge of the Underneath, as you guys call it, but he's really big into music. We share a lot of the same tastes, and so this was good. It's just guitar stuff, like really drony guitar. Anyway, this I think you guys might know this one. I picked up.
Nice.
So I've
First live one.
I was anti-Rush for so long. There's a guy at
Whoa.
work
Whoa.
who loved Rush. I was like, oh, there was a sign that we would pass in Japan that said, "Do not rush." Said, hey, do not rush. Stop doing it. But I picked this one up. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, this is pretty good. Yeah, I kind of like it. Let's see. I'm gonna do two more. Another just newer band. I got this one in today. I'm a big fan of the Sub Pop Loser editions. I don't know if you know about this. So they're all
Great
like colored
release.
vinyl.
I saw them live. Their entire set they were the headliners, and the entire set was like 30 minutes.
Really
amazing.
I love these guys. These are
Yeah.
they're so great. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I would love to see it. Yeah. So the Loser editions are just beautiful. Like things they're doing with colored vinyl is just, you can't really see that great.
No, you can just see that swirl. It's cool.
Yeah. The last one I got, just picking up things from that. Another thing I do is just pick up stuff that I've wanted for years, or when I was in high school, I really wanted this or that. And I'm like, I'm an adult now. I can get whatever I want. Sebadoh, I don't know if you guys know them.
Yeah.
Massachusetts band, Lou Barlow. It was three guys. And this one in particular was great because it is neither four songs, and it's not
Nor a CD.
It's like 10 songs. Just amazing stuff. Because it was the three of them, and they really kind of complemented each other. Just wonderful. This was before, so it might be four guys in there now. But it's just Lou Barlow himself is just a sad sack of shit. Like he's just very obsessive kind of guy. But with the other guys around him, it's just great. And I think that's it, man. That's it. Max, what'd you get?
Nice.
Okay. So I got a copy of the Back to the Future box set on
What?
Laser. But this
Dude,
with it.
look at that.
Power
Is that
of
12-inch?
Love. Yeah.
Ooh, bad is
Straight
bad.
up.
It's all right. I want a new drug. Nice.
It's a good, some good hits here.
That's good.
And I love
Huey.
that it's got like Back to the Future on it. And it's just straight up Huey, who I love Huey. And then these were also with it, which these are freaking super cool.
Oh, damn. Is that a program guide from the
I
theater?
think so. But
That's
it's
sick.
there's one for each movie.
Damn.
Nice.
And that was just like packing material,
Yeah.
like fun little bonuses. Nice.
Like I was so shocked by this.
I mean, I've gotten those before in Japanese packages, but only usually one and not like nice and wrapped up. And
No, these are like
that.
in
That's
perfect,
gorgeous.
like clear plastic, like perfect. Like I'm gonna keep them in here, obviously, but these are super cool. Like I was very surprised by that. But yeah, I'll pull this one out and see what the heck is in here.
I want to buy an Integra now.
Of course yes, you should. It's a sponsor of
It's really cool. Yeah, there was a store in Tokyo that had just a bunch of them, and just kind of sorting through and finding the good ones.
That's
Yeah,
sick.
those are awesome.
yeah, this is like I was like really just jazzed about that. I wasn't expecting that. And my other pickup I'm wearing, so I'll hold it up. I got their slippers.
Whoa,
With
dude.
the Universal Monster.
I was gonna say, I
head
thought it was
on
a
it.
Frankie on there.
But it's got my
Oh,
favorite
yeah, the bride.
creature.
Damn.
Yeah,
That is
but yeah, Dracula's on here, and the Mummy's on here, and Bride of Frankenstein, and Wolfman's on here as well. But yeah, they're from Hot Topic, so
Sweet.
anyone looking to get them, they're unisex size as well. They just come in small, medium, large. So
That is cool.
Hot Topic is also where you can get piercings.
yes, I heard that. I heard that.
Yep.
I heard that.
Ask Trevor. He'll tell you
Yeah,
all about it.
Trevor's familiar with it. I think he knows someone you can leave the name of.
Yeah, yeah. He'll hook you up with all the information you need. So we need Trevor back on here. It's been too long.
I know, gosh.
He's been busy.
Yeah.
He got the shout out for Action Jackson at least.
You did, yeah. We love you, Trevor.
Yes.
Any other cool stuff, or is that?
That was the main I had. I mean, I was shocked to have I literally have a lot of things in boxes right now. So the fact that I literally had a record and some dope little extra movie related things felt very, very prepared.
When you're gonna get some test pressings of your record to listen to?
So that's literally we submitted all of the music for that. We did all of the vinyl masters for it. The freaking cover art's been approved. Everything's been sent. So we should hopefully get a test pressing very, very soon.
All right,
And
cool.
I will be so jazzed to hear what the heck that sounds like, because hopefully it sounds good. So we don't have to
Hopefully
do it
they
all
did a
over
good job,
again.
yeah. God, this sucks.
Oh my gosh.
Remaster it.
Yeah, well, yeah, we may have to. We'll see. We'll see. There's no way to know.
Damn.
Test pressings.
All right, cool. Is that it? Like, are we down to like what you're spinning next?
Oh
I guess we're gonna move on to our next spins and
Wow.
final thoughts and all that sort of stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're already there.
You know, I don't have anything already planned for my next spin. I think what was on tap was damn, I can't remember what the hell I was gonna watch next. All right, I'll let Ryan go. I'll think about it.
I think tonight I'm gonna take it easy and
Yes.
watch Extreme Jukebox while I put away some records, because
Report back.
I had definitely I'll report back.
What's your next LaserDisc though?
It's Ice Cream Man, of course.
Okay.
Of course. Hands down.
What about you, Luke?
I'm just gonna spend some Darkwing Duck. I don't have a
Nice.
tailspin. No, I'm embarrassed to even say that. I got this one, Mona Lisa with
Hoskins.
you guys were talking about Hoskins last time. This is kind of they put these out kind of the same. They're both handmade films. Yeah, I want to check this one out. I've seen it before, but I haven't seen it in a while. What you got, Max?
I am going to continue watching Choose Me,
Cool.
see how good this is. And then this was like in my pile, but I don't know. I heard things about this. I don't know if there's anything.
Cafe Flesh. All right.
I heard it's at Cafe Flesh.
Hmm.
It was,
Porn?
is it? Oh, well.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's
And I guess I'll watch Love Potion.
Switching it up a little. All right.
Is that also a porn? I don't know.
This has got Sandra Bullock in it.
Yeah, that's legit.
Oh,
This is a legit film.
yeah, Cafe Flesh has a review on the cover from Hustler magazine. So
Oh, damn. Really? Does it really? Oh,
mean,
damn. I didn't even see that.
It might be mainstream, right?
Yeah, it's
I don't know
Maybe
why that's been like.
reborn.
That's like, yeah, that has been said as like a title of like a sci-fi thing.
It might have some
So,
sci-fi in it.
I don't know. Now I'm really confused. So
It's porn.
well, it's rated X with the categories of adult comedy and drama on IMDb. So maybe there's some plot with it instead
I
of
mean,
just,
there must be some plot. I don't know.
yeah,
that's
maybe
just very
maybe there's some character development.
Yeah, we'll see. I found my movie. I'm gonna watch Beavis and Butthead Do America.
Yeah.
Hell yes.
So check out that stealth AC3 that's not even listed on here.
Amazing.
Yeah, I
That's
wish this thing got killed. My buddy had it and it got like water damage. So I need to get a nicer copy someday, but they're hard to find. So I'm holding on to it in the meantime.
As you should.
Well, we'll keep
Yeah.
you in mind for the shelf.
Yeah, if you ever see but yeah, that open mat one, everyone wants this thing because it's got more animation than the widescreen one. So
Hell yeah.
good. What are you guys doing? Anything romantic for the Valentine's Day?
No.
No. All right.
Getting a heart-shaped lasagna
I'm
Sweet.
headed
for
up to-
myself.
I like it. What are you doing, Ryan?
We've got a not local but semi-local 30 minutes away pizza chain called Toppers. So I'm going
Oh.
to drive up to Wisconsin and get some Toppers. We do it every year because we don't want to deal with people on Valentine's Day. It's you got this mix of like old people who are just out and happy, and then you've got all these people out trying, and it's weird. Every place is crammed. And you can't even really go anywhere in Illinois still, and it's all like limited seating. And
I was gonna say you're like talking about like 2019 times. I'm here in like
Yeah.
Mad Max land, and we don't have restaurants. Period.
yeah, so
They
it's like,
exploded
I'm gonna order
like
like
Zabriskie Point.
pizza online,
Yeah.
go pick it up, and then bring it home. So
Yep.
That's romantic.
yeah,
Heart-shaped lasagna delivered.
I like it. Yeah. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, so I just heard that I'm going underway. I'm going on the ship. So hopefully I'll be back for Valentine's Day. But if not, nothing.
Oh, romantic Valentine's Day on the ship.
Hey.
Yeah. Sad and more sad.
Womp womp.
Sailing away.
Yeah, I'll probably watch a romantic movie like Vampire Hunter Deep Bloodlust or something.
Yeah.
Something like that. I don't know if I'm gonna have a heart-shaped meal or anything. I can't promise that, but it'll be nice. So. Cool. All right. Well, let's sign off, and hopefully everyone out there has a very romantic time. And we'll be back. Yeah, we love you out there, YouTube.
watch some Drew Barrymore.
Yeah.
That's what romance is.